Still you'll catch your time. Hey,
Naysayers don't play, we speak what's true. Onpassive scheme ain't meant for you. Ash got plans to steal your soul. We won't lead you down that hole. We rock, you know we won't stay by. Won't steal your cash, your time ain't mine. Ain't mine. Naysayers rise, we shine so bright. Truth cut deep in darkest night. Hey, Ash and his gang wanna take what's yours. Pyramid built with hidden doors. Claims of wealth, but it's just a lie. We naysayers, we don't buy. Ash and his gang wanna take what's yours. Pyramid built with hidden doors. Claims of wealth, but it's just a lie. We naysayers, we don't buy. We won't be silent, gonna raise our voice. Speaking facts, ain't no choice. Break the chains of a dirty scheme. Naysayers live in the dream. Promises of gold, but all you get is smoke. Ash's empire, just a joke. Naysayers stand up, keep it real. We cut through lies like sharpened steel. We rock, you know we won't stay by. Won't steal your cash, your time ain't mine. Ain't mine. Naysayers rise, we shine so bright. Truth cut deep in darkest night. Hey,
Why, hello! Hello, everyone. How are you all doing today? I hope that you're all having a very, very lovely Saturday. That's right, today we are going to do SaturYAY, and it is all about birthdays today. Why, yes, it is. It's all about birthdays today. So, let's begin. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. Level. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day. Since it's your birthday, Mr. Level, my dear, take it away. Happy birthday.
Ash me further, he's got a scheme, promising riches, but it's not what it seems. Onpassive, the name they claim, but beware they're playing a dangerous game. They'll tell you it's easy, just invest your cash, but deep down you know it's too good to last. A pyramid in disguise, they're building a lie. Fall for the tricks, it's time to say goodbye. We're breaking free from the scam they weave. No more empty promises, no more deceit. We won't be fooled, we won't be played. Ash my fair scheme is starting to fade.
Let's go, Mr. Level!
They'll tell you it's easy, just invest your cash, but deep down you know it's too good to last. A pyramid in disguise, they're building a lie. Don't fall for the tricks, it's time to say goodbye. We're breaking free from the scam they weave. No more empty promises, no more deceit. We won't be fooled, we won't be played. Watch my fair scheme is starting to fade. Break free. ways, no more deceit. We won't be fooled, we won't be played. Ashmore scheme is starting to fade.
Karma's a bitch.
We don't need the intro. We already started. We won't do the intro today. I wanted to go live today, though, because it's Mr. Level's birthday today. And Mr. Level writes me sometimes and says, Queen, I miss you. Are you going to go live more? You haven't been live a lot. Because I've been sick over the past little while and I haven't been live. So I was like, I need to go live on Mr. Level's birthday. So everybody, make sure that you wish Mr. Level a happy birthday. He has finally arrived. And so wish him a very happy birthday in the chat. But that is not the only birthday that we are celebrating. Because you see, I didn't go live yesterday. And that is because yesterday was the Recovering Hunbot's birthday. And she had let me know that she wanted to go live on her birthday. And by the time I was going to be able to go live, I was like, there's no way that I wouldn't be cutting into her time. That would not be very fair. So I, of course, was like, yeah, it will be better anyway, because then for sure I'm going live on Mr. Level's birthday. So everything worked out for the best. But it was her birthday yesterday. DTI comes in and says, happy birthday, Recovering Hunbot, and JellySnack and Mr. Level. Haven't heard that name before, but happy birthday to you too. They are mods of mine. I like to try to celebrate and do something special for people. You know, if I know when your birthday is, I will try to do something for it. Good to see you all. Yes, happy birthday. Happy birthday. So yesterday was the Recovering Hunbot's birthday, and I didn't have a chance to go live because I was like, I'll let her go. You know, it's her day. She goes live on her birthday. So I wanted to just, you know, take a few moments and wish her a happy birthday because she's somebody that's been wonderful to me since I first started. And I don't have a lot of people that have been wonderful to me since I first started. People on YouTube are very strange. It's hard to make a friend on YouTube, and it's definitely hard to have a friend on YouTube that has lasted almost as long as Onpassive. Happy birthday to my fierce, brilliant, and unstoppable friend, the Recovering Hunbot. You've always been kind to me, compassionate, understanding, and you've always been a very good friend. I'm proud to call you a friend. We've been friends since 2019. We've been in this for a while together, and we're here to stay. We're in it to win it. Here are some of my favorite moments of us. At least if I'm throwing a post up on Instagram, I'm working, you know what I mean? So it was even just for me, like, to be like, yeah, working my biz, putting this up on Instagram, like.
Yeah, gotta do that, you know, gotta make sure that you're active. It's like, oh, the things that we did as Huns and the things that we know that people are still doing. And it's just all just gross. You know, let me just say that right there. It's just all gross. It's all uncomfortable. It doesn't do anything for anyone. Nobody gives a flying monkey's butt.
To me, it's very interesting looking at like Shanann's post and then looking at Lavelle's. It's like, okay, they're very much the same. And then looking at her friend, Nicole, who was in it, the one that like was at the house. It's like the exact same thing. It's like they have like this really weird way of posting things. I don't know if you guys have ever looked at that, but I've looked at it, I'm like, wow, this is just, it's a very formulaic. And I'm thinking the only people that can like seeing this crap are the people in it, because everybody else has gone a run for the hills.
That's what happens.
Everything's in addition. It's like basically, you know what, keep joining stuff so Darren and Mike can, you know, they can live right. They need to live like the two kings that they are. And they're not. They're janky. 14-day, no questions asked, money back guarantee. Now, earlier we saw a 30-day, but now we're at a 14-day. But okay, whatever.
I'm sorry, Lamar's cracking me up. I never seen someone that has changed their site 50 plus times and it still be junk.
Yep.
It's like usually you fix it to fix it. You change it to fix things on the thing, damn it.
But not in this case. Not with Ash Mufara, no. He just keeps on making the same horrible stuff, boat and everything. So, I mean, I'm just having fun over on Animal Crossing. So
and then you'll feel like you're actually around Igor. For those that don't know, there's this really great picture of this man and Raja where she's like on a rhino and there's like giraffe around them and they're like outside. It's a beautiful picture.
That's like his backyard. I mean, he had all of that shit, you know.
I know, it actually is in his backyard.
Yeah. I mean, the guy is just, you know, takes gaudy and puts it on 11, you know. It's just...
Yeah, and then he's like, I'm a victim of one coin. Like, you're, what?
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, he really is just speaking out his butt. But I like how she talks about it in terms of how it's going to help me. She's really thinking of us, isn't she?
Oh, she absolutely is. Meanwhile, she's making her plan about like, okay, how am I going to like, you know, when am I going to be taking off so that I can fly to Bora Bora and never be seen again? And how can I kind of like just leave everybody, you know, to like kind of in the fallout. I mean, she leaves Sebastian in the fallout. She leaves her brother in the fallout. Oh, and after her brother then took over managing OneCoin, when he was arrested, then her mother took over managing OneCoin. OneCoin is still around. There's still people that still believe in this damn thing.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely horrifying. Mm-hmm. It's like, it's a Ponzi.
It's like, the people are in jail.
It's a Ponzi.
They're in jail for it. Don't do it. Happy birthday. Thank you for being here for me on my road of recovery and for always understanding. I want you to know it hasn't gone unnoticed, and I appreciate you. I love you, lady. Happy birthday. So I hope that she had a wonderful, wonderful day yesterday. Happy birthday to her. And we're not even done yet, because also yesterday there was a very special birthday, and it was our dear JellySnack's birthday. And if you know anything about the scam community, you know that one thing that you do not want to be under ever is a jelly snack attack. Am I right? She's lurking in every Wi-Fi corner, silently slipping into shady Zoom meetings. Scammers scream in horror as their pitch decks shatter and their guaranteed ROI melts like warm crypto.
Now, what is this guy's name? Chris, come on here for a second.
It's a woman. It looks like JellySnack.
JellySnack. Wow, I'm glad she used her real name. Well, let's see if I can get rid of her and peanut butter.
But it's too late, because a link was dropped in the chat and their lies were exposed to Queen of Karma and Danny DeHeck. No scammers meeting is safe. No fake AI project goes unmocked. She's not here to play games. She's here to ruin scams and eat birthday cake. In a world overrun by scammers, where fake gurus roam free and Zoom rooms echo with deception, one woman dares to snack on justice. And today, we celebrate the snack that bites back. Coming to a live stream near you, it's Jelly Snack Attack. Rated J for justice. So happy birthday to JellySnack. And we are not done yet, because today Mark let me know that it is also Ella's birthday. And Ella, I would like to sing you happy birthday for your birthday live today. So very happy birthday to you. I hope that you're having a wonderful day and that you got absolutely spoiled today. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ella. Happy birthday to you, and many more. So I hope that you're also having a wonderful, wonderful birthday. And now I'm feeling like Chris Johnson. But it's a busy weekend for birthdays. So we had to do something special to celebrate. So I wanted to wish everybody a very, very happy birthday. And don't worry, I will send you all of your characters after. Don't worry, I've got you. I will send them to you. Feel free to use them if you want in anything. They're yours now. So, speaking of Chris Johnson and birthdays, now that we've celebrated some birthdays, not that we're not celebrating this whole time, but Chris Johnson and the people out here, they're kind of making me feel like maybe I need to prove something or something out here. I have to prove how good of a person I am. And the one way that they always do this, it seems, is that they open their live streams with prayer, right? They always have a big prayer session where they say, pray for this person and pray for that person. And since I'm not a big fan of naming off the things that people that I know online are going through and outing it all over the internet, that everyone I know seems to be doing all right now, thankfully. I was like, I can't really do it like he does. I can't really be like, oh, pray for Mr. Level because it's his birthday, it'd be a little weird. So I figured, since I am atheist, so I'm obviously not very good at this prayer thing, I got to try to learn. I figured I would get a guide, and luckily for us, the perfect one popped up. So if you don't mind, I just think that we should just take a moment and just let us pray. So everyone get ready, and then let us pray. Name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, whatever you do, I grew up Catholic, so that was a thing. Get ready. Our prayer today comes from Betty, I think it's Tarot, an Onpassive member. So it should be a good one. They're very versed in prayer, as we know. So, dear Heaven Father, Creator of the heavens and earth, you are the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. Everything you created bow before your knees. Even Satan bows before your knees. Today, O merciful God, we earnestly come before your throne of grace and ask your healing touch upon our brother Marty DeGarmo's life. Marty's been in the hospital for quite a long time. We should probably be praying for Marty. May your healing touch flow from the crown of his head down to the sole of his feet. Every part of his internal organs and his air and blood supply lines will be totally cleansed and healed by the precious blood of Jesus. We cancel the spirit, #cancel the spirit. I didn't realize you could do that. We should let Bob Larson know. He could just cancel Jezebel then. Problem solved. I don't know what we've been doing out here, guys. But we cancel the spirit of death in Jesus' mighty name. Angel Raphael, we summon you to bring new body parts from heaven and fit them in Marty's body. There's enough room, but we can do that? We can do that? Really? That's good to know for the future. I might have to stop being atheist and start taking up this prayer thing. I didn't realize that we could replace body parts and stuff. We ask all the ministering angels to surround his bedside and watch over him. Bless all the medical staff that are working on him. I like how they get one line. They get one line out of the whole prayer. It's They're the ones doing all the work. They get one line. Give peace to his wife and family. Thank you for all our answered prayers. Psalms 91. In Jesus' most wonderful name. Amen. Amen. We are praying for Marty. I do hope that he gets better and recovers. But this is a little bit much, okay? And I don't know if you can pray for new body parts to be put in your body. I mean, we wouldn't need hospitals then, I feel like, but I'm interested to see what happens in future. Yeah, he's been in for a while now. It's kind of worrisome. So, everyone pray for Marty. We do want him to get better. We don't want him to go. It's not his time yet. Want him to come home and do more webinars so that we can laugh at his nonsense. And Joe says, and get questioned by the SEC. That too, Joe, that too. So thank you, everyone, for joining me in this prayer, I was just, I was like, I got to prove I'm also moral in some way. Whew, excuse me. So I'm glad we got that out of the way. I feel a lot better. I feel like now my virtue signaling is starting to happen. Now I can pretend to be all good or something. That's what they do, right? You pray and then you're like, all right, now all the scam stuff and lies that I say now don't matter. So should do something for us anyway. Maybe it will make the celebration today better. So I think next we should just head on over and do our meme review. Onpassive meme review. That's right. I did make it through, and I did not set on fire. Look at that. Look at that. I'm proud of me. What will Marty's chair do without him? I know. Think of the chair. All right? Think of the chair. We have to pray that he comes home. Nothing is impossible. Remember that, Marty. Nothing is impossible. So pretty standard little meme. I feel like we've seen this one before, but it wasn't pink. So there's that. It's pretty in pink now. I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's prettier. But it's still kind of funny, when you're thinking that the SEC is already trying to shut them down. It's like, you continuing might be impossible soon, but okay, good for you. Then we have this one. I don't know who this guy is. I think it's just a stock image. I'm assuming anyway. And it says, digital solutions in place. Get ready. And he's holding up his finger. It's supposed to be in one place, get ready. But it sucks. So there's that. And the thing that sucks about it, that's funny to me, is that, the blur is on his finger. So if we want the finger to say one, you wouldn't blur the finger. If you wanted to blur part of the picture, if anything, you would have blurred his, the background part of his face and then made the one clear, your one finger really clear, So again, marketing gurus, everyone. Marketing gurus. I think you mean catch on fire, unless you were trying to set yourself on fire, in which case you suck if you can't. I mean, come on, that's super easy. Hope Angel Raphael can also hook Tanja up with a lobotomy. Maybe. I really hope Marty thinks about things after this stay in hospital. Maybe get some exercise, spend more time with grandkids. Sitting in a chair worshiping Mufara is not good for anyone, right? He needs to go to bed. He needs to sleep. A lot of his problem is lack of sleep, too. And it sounded like they were doing, shifts, almost. That's what they said. They said they would do a call with Ash at 11 p.m. And then they would take turns sleeping and checking the back office in the night, which that's insane. For what? Why? Lord. Which place? Where? They don't even know if they're going to have digital solutions. Ash hasn't told them they will, unless I missed it. Exactly. We don't know what's going on anymore. He hasn't really said. Then we have this lovely image. This Onpassive is on the screen there. And it has this guy sitting there and it says, "Unicorn is born." And it made me laugh because I couldn't tell if they were talking like unicorn as in Onpassive or like this guy is a unicorn. But what also makes me laugh is like his facial expression. Like, dude looks like he saw a ghost. Or like someone just walked in the room and then quickly snapped the picture, but he wasn't ready for it. He was just kind of startled by them walking in the room still, you know? But he looks like he's being held hostage. Again, just their choice of pictures to use sometimes. I'm like, I don't know if this is the look you guys actually want, though. Goes more with what Onpassive is, but I don't think it's the message they want to portray, you know? Too many corporate webinars, that's right. He looks like he's sitting on the unicorn horn. Oh, could be that. Maybe that's where it went. But it's okay because we all get some clarity. Some clarity. Onpassive. Clarity. It's the last thing that you would think of when you think of Onpassive. It's the one thing they're not. They're never clear about anything. And this image is just funny, right? Because you can tell they just wrote the word there. Kind of stuck it on. I've seen worse, I guess, from them. As clear as mud. As clarity as mud. As clarity as mud. Onpassive. I know who I am. That's my power. And this one's like confusing to me. So if I saw this, I would think that Onpassive was a self-help group or something. Like, what is Onpassive? It gets you to discover who you are? You know? What is Onpassive? Is it a tech company? Or are we just selling hopes and dreams now? And the idea that it will help you discover yourself, I guess. We may never know. We may never know. But they really like lions. You know? Is that Mufasa? Ash Mufasa. They really do like the lions. They do a lot of lions. Feel like almost every week there's a meme with a lion. Always good to know you are a gullible fool. That's right. That's who I am, she says. And she stuck herself there with like the eagle. Eagles and lions. It's Ashland. This one's beautiful. Once you do something you love, you never have to work again. Marty, Red, Chris, Ash Mufara, and our dear friend Mr. Gouda, of course. Mr. Cheese. He's there, and this is cheesy. This is quite the cheese. I don't know what's in the background. I've sat here staring at this. You know, we have like a pink mushroom in the background behind Ash by Chris's name there. But then I'm like, what is the rest of it supposed to be? What is that? Like, what's going on here? Like, what? What are we doing? Sadly, I can't say that's okay, Susie, but I see there's a shout out. Happy birthday to those celebrating. Thank you for popping in to say that. That's sweet of you. It's the Recovering Hunbot, JellySnack, Mr. Level, and Ella are all celebrating their birthdays yesterday and today. So we're saying happy birthday to all of them. But yeah, I have no clue what this is. It literally, like, I was like, is it supposed to be water drops? Is it supposed to be like glass leaves? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. In fact, I'll believe that one of you probably have a better guess than I do. Do not redeem. Do not redeem. That's one of my favorite videos. It is Kit Bogo. It was a Kit Bogo one, wasn't it? The guy's just like screaming. He's like, I'm about to redeem. Do not redeem. Then we have this one. This one made me laugh because look at the picture of Marty. I was like, wait, who's that guy? It was like Marty like 20 years ago. I mean, they all look super young in these pictures. But like Marty just, I was like, that's not Marty. That doesn't, who's that? But yeah, the countdown starts. Now, I guess? I think from maybe when it was posted, I guess, a few days ago. You know, we got Julie, poor Julie. We just like stuck her on there. Like even Chris looks super young and smoothed over, but I've seen that picture of Chris before. Red looks weird. Like those glasses look fake. I don't know if they are or not. I can't tell. But like the rest of the pictures I've seen before, right? But that one of Marty, I was like, I've never seen this picture. What is this picture? Where did they get that? Did they like de-age him? What's going on? Like looking good, Marty. These are cringe with a K. I've never seen that Marty pic. Me either. I was like, where did they get this? Even Ash, fake Jesus doesn't look like Ash. Right? It's like AI enhanced. AI enhanced, and they make it all smooth. We've always been cool. Red looks like a used car salesman. It's true. It's true. And then it just has like these two random founders on it, you know. It's kind of hanging out there. This time they didn't put their name on it, which was kind of weird. Beautiful Onpassive. Ajmufara, pray for us. Then we have this. This is one of the worst ones, I think, in terms of how hard it is to read. This is almost impossible. I feel like I'm looking at one of those photos that you have to stare at until the image appears. I can't think of the name right now because my brain is short-circuiting as I'm looking at this. But that's what it reminds me of. It's just, I don't know why he did this to us. Mr. Party here. He's very cruel. But it says, the greater the obstacle, the more glory in overcoming it. And I'm like, sir, you mean like trying to read that lettering on this background? Because I feel like that's an obstacle in itself. Should I be proud reading that? Was that on purpose? So that I'm like, oh my God, I actually read it. Got some glory now. You know, like, what is this? What is this? Marty may have had teeth in that pic. Changes the whole jaw when you lose those. Does. This meme is like being colorblind, right? It's just, it's too much. And it also doesn't really make sense. Because again, I'm like, what is it in the background? You know, like, is it supposed to be like a close-up of internet waves or something? Like, I'm not understanding. And then also keeping Onpassive in mind. Right? I'm like, that's the only thing that would really make sense. What is it? You know, is it a net? I mean, that could be funny. What? I doubt it. I doubt it. Enough of that, though, before I actually do go blind. So here we have Ash, and it says, only God can shut us down is still valid. And I feel like they made this one for us. Because we've been kind of like he said, only God can shut you down, but the SEC is coming. You know? And they were like, no, it's still valid when we say that. And now this was an image. I think that this image, I'm hoping, was like the person screenshotted a video and then took that and shared it and maybe added the the dove on it. Or maybe not, I don't know. And the like and follow for more. That's what it kind of looks like to me. Because Ash looks awful in this once again. Like, I'm like, why would you choose that pose of his out of all the ways that you could have screenshotted this, you know? It's just, he looks awful. And it just always makes me laugh when they post like bad pictures of their leader, you know? Oh, maybe it is snake scales. That makes more sense for us, though. It's the eye of a fly. The dove carrying a pretzel. It does appear to be carrying a pretzel or the letter P. I don't really know. A crown upside down, maybe? Something like that. Something like that. Holy pretzel. But Ash looks awful, and it made me giggle, you know? He's going, oh. Then there was this post. This post is kind of a fun one. Hello, Sherry. You know, you got the roses, the Onpassive hearts. I don't know why there's a gazebo in the background. But what they say is kind of funny. They say, please do not believe on information provided by any YouTuber. Our only hope is our back office. Always keep an eye on the back office. We are so in it to win it. And I was like, okay. But then that also means don't listen to Marty and Chris and Red and all the other people that do lives. So, like, what's the point in going live? Tell me, what's the point? What's the point in it? And then I really like their hashtags because it's like hashtag highlight, hashtag everyone, spelt wrong, hashtag followers, hashtag friends, hashtag non-followers, viewers, everyone, but all is one word. Non-followers, viewers, everyone. I don't think that's a hashtag. I don't think anyone else has ever hashtagged that. So maybe they invented it and it's their new hashtag. Viral reels, Onpassive ecosystem, AI, of course, new technology, internet. And I'm like, this isn't really about the new technology or the internet. But okay. Okay. That's a funeral wreath. Looks like Onpassive is dead after all. Rip. Rip. I can't see the back office. Is it just me? There's nothing back there. Even when you do go back there, there's nothing back there. And Ash doesn't do updates in the back office until he's doing his corporate webinars. And even then, it's not like an update. They just say, hey, it will be at this time. See you then. It's like there's no point in even having it going other than to just keep an echo chamber. It would be different if, like, we couldn't get in there. And it was, like, private. But they have another area for that. So, like, if the products aren't in the OES, it's just another Go founder. Because remember, they also still have that going. So it's like, it's just silly. And I doubt there'll ever be products there again. We'll have to see. Then this was on Mother's Day. And there was a lot of comments like this. And I found it very bizarre. Like a lot of people were wishing Happy Mother's Day to Ash's mother. And even on like their own Facebooks. Like they were doing a post for like their own mother. And then they would be like, oh, thank God for the woman that gave birth to Ash. Like it was very, very strange. And so I have an example of a comment. Because that's the other thing. That whole day in the comments, it was very much like that. So I wanted to get an example of that because it's weird. It's weird. Like on Mother's Day, my community isn't coming in here going, Queen, happy Mother's Day to your mom. Thank God she had you so that we can all hang out here together. And it's like everybody at Onpassive did this in some way on Mother's Day. And then they like also wish his wife a happy Mother's Day, some of them. And it's just like, a little weird. A little weird. Because right now they really just have YouTube community with a back office. Not much different from having like a YouTube community and then just a little website or blog. Okay? Like that's the equivalent. So most of the culty stuff is going on here on YouTube, which is kind of disheartening. So they say, I'm praying for Hasiba Mufara, our lovely CEO's mother. Thank you, Mother of Humanity. Mother of Humanity. Like, what? Are all Onpassivians' mothers Hasiba Mufara? Love you, Mom. And then they call her Mom in this one. And it's just like, this is weird. Like, it's his mother. It's his job to go wish her a happy Mother's Day, you know? But it's so bizarre. It's weird. These people are sick. We just wish you a happy Mother's Day, right? And I wish everyone a happy Mother's Day. That's a mom. I go, happy Mother's Day to all the moms. Father's Day, I say happy Father's Day to all the dads. So, my husband's dad, I usually say something nice about him. It's just kind of what you do. And that's normal. That's what normal people do, right? It's like they take it like 10 steps further than what you're supposed to do normally. And they take it right into cult territory where they're almost like praising his mom for having him like she is the Virgin Mary that gave birth to Jesus. It's very much like that. It's very creepy, you know? Yeah, exactly. In Italy, the Virgin Mary is even bigger than Jesus. Maybe in a lot of Catholicism it is. So yeah, they think Ash is, and that's what it reminds me of. That's literally what it reminds me of. I'm like, this is giving me like Virgin Mary vibes here. Like, what are we doing today? You know, it's just like, let's not do that because then that puts Ash in a spot where they're obviously, we already know that they see him as some kind of god. And it's just really creepy. It's very, very creepy. Onpassive, all caps. Am I still supposed to spell Onpassive with all caps? Probably. I wonder though if they would care as much anymore now that they seem to think that they're not going to be called Onpassive. I feel like they've kind of accepted that, but because they'll be like, oh, whatever it's called that we're going to be doing, but they won't like move on and realize that they don't have a damn tech team. Yeah, no, we're still on that. We'll get there. Don't worry. Now, this here is something that I really do want to talk about as well to show you kind of how culty it is. And I'm going to do a little refresh for a second, just in case you guys don't remember. Maybe you do, though. But here, there was the question and answer period the last time that Ash went live with all of them. And we reacted to it as soon as I got a hold of it. But there was a part of this where someone named Moonsun came and asked a question.
Chris, we have a question coming up on Moonsun, Chris.
Of course. But she's next. Miss Moonsun, come on, unmute yourself.
Assalamu alaikum, Brother Ash. Hope you are fine.
Sir. Is that real name? Like Moon and Sun? Wow.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah.
Did you realize her name,
greetings.
everybody? Moon.
It's
but
not
her
that
family, like your parents called you Moonsun when you were born?
Yeah.
That's your birth name?
Yeah, Moonsun. Yeah. Moon is mother, my mom, and Sun is my dad. So combination of my mom and dad. My name
Wow.
is.
Well, nice to meet you. My name is Moon, Sun, Star, Mars.
So greetings to all in the panel and to everyone who are watching it live now.
See, the thing is, in her culture, that's completely normal. And so he just like made fun of her name. But that's not the point, though. That's just angering.
So actually, I had 2-3 things to ask you, Ash.
Of course,
First
you're from
part
India, right?
yeah.
3.
First
Go.
part are first part are a few questions, and the other part is request. So my first question is, as you said in the last webinar, that this is new project is totally a different one from Onpassive. So will you throw some light as to how the founding members who have purchased products earlier will be placed in this project, or all the founding members will be treated as same initially?
Mm-hmm.
My
Have you
second
talked to
question.
Neeraj before you come here?
No.
Okay.
My second question is, my second question is, when are the new products coming, and whatever those products will have one-time purchase option or monthly? And my last question is,
so far, questions are completely normal questions at a business meeting where they're expected to sell products, you would think. You know, I don't see anything wrong with any of this. But they're like making fun of her the whole time. Susie's gonna have a fucking laugh attack over here.
are the payouts and pay-ins will be both in crypto and fiat, or only in fiat money? Now, the second part, it's my humble and kind request to you, is that the founding members who are connected with me are really living in compromised life. So I pray to God that whatever you are coming up with, please do it at your earliest possible time, so that they can get something to support their families. So thank you, my brother Ash, and remain always blessed.
Again, not really anything wrong with that. I was impressed she got it in there. It was about time that somebody told him, like, hey, you want to hurry up? There's people that are suffering that you promised things to. But of course, they didn't like that, right?
Thank you so much. I feel I should make I don't know what everybody thinks, but I should make an exclusive session for our Indian members and make sure that somebody can also explain it in Hindi on the spot. But I want somebody that understands Hindi too, because they could say the wrong thing even on the spot. I don't see those questions except from India, okay, for some reason. And
I don't see those questions except from India for some reason, because they're waking up a little bit more to what's going on, and you seem to have brainwashed the people in the US somehow almost worse at this point. Like, they're all sitting there every day going, oh, Mr. Ash, I love him so much. He's so great. Guys, just wait. Be patient. It's coming soon. Whereas some of the Indian O-founders have been waking up. There's been a few of them on Facebook speaking out a lot more. A couple of them have taken over some of the Onpassive groups and turned them into anti-Onpassive groups, which I'm totally here for. I'm like, yeah, do it. Go. Warn everyone. Get everyone that you know that's in this thing to wake up as much as you can. And the only way you can really do that is by posting the proof about it. You know, that's all you can do. But they were like so upset at this, and he made it just all about India, which is kind of weird. I feel like I'm like, those questions everyone has, you know?
my assumption or my analyst is the first round in Onpassive obviously was the wrong message by so many Indian leaders, or the source was not even accurate. And now we are suffering the impact and the consequences, which is basically they do have lots of confusion in a way. No matter what we try to say, that they're still mixing up. If it's okay, Moon Sun, and everybody, if it's okay, let's plan to have like a special session for Indian. These questions are really kind of like relevant to Indian founders. We're going to set this hopefully once straight and have a session with them in their time zone and get as many Indian leaders as possible. I don't speak Hindi, but just in case, I assume everybody talks that, but we can invite them live or at least have the recording on YouTube where they can refer to it anytime they have a confusion. So we can list all those confusions.
Yeah, so basically, he doesn't answer the question. You know, hello, Salami. He doesn't answer the question and just basically say, yeah, we'll have a webinar in future with just the Indian people. And then I'll answer all of their questions then. And then he will probably make a video out of it, as he said. But you need to be aware of what the questions were. They weren't anything too bad. At least I don't think so. I don't think so. So now that we're updated on that, and you guys have a little refresh on what that was all about, this was a comment that I found underneath one of the live streams of the question and answer session. And as you can see, it says here, may I suggest, I don't think it's necessary to answer the questions from Moon Sun. Spelling? I don't know what her name is. They're like, I don't know what it is. Nothing against Moon Sun, but in general, I don't think it's necessary or productive. To me, the answer to such questions would be pushing the boundaries. It's like, how close can we get to the edge without falling over? How about we stay away from the edge and have a wait and see attitude? Like, okay, Mr. Ash methodically shares what he has shared and will share. And you'll notice that he is capitalized, which you don't usually do. But people that are religious, if they're talking about God, they do that. So that was weird. And they do it this whole time that he is capitalized now in the post, right? And will share. The reason he hasn't shared the answer to such questions is because it isn't the proper time for it yet. Why share such information when we've already experienced some people who have misinterpreted information and caused many issues that we've had to correct over and over again, making ourselves work harder than we need to? Give an inch and people will take a mile. Then expect more and more and more. How about making the Q&A questions, the question and answer questions? Make the question. How about making the question and answer questions? Like, okay, dude. Specific only regarding the information that was shared. Any questions outside of that are irrelevant. I'm just saying. Excuse me, what do you mean any questions outside of what? That question and answer session was after Ash rambled on for like an hour and a half about his hopes and dreams for the future of whatever company he was about to start up. So if they're like, okay, how long is it going to take now until we have a product? That's a question. That's a good question. Those are the questions you should be answering for them. I don't know why it's so crazy to you that would be a question. Just like how you're not allowed to ask, like, when are we launching? That will trigger everyone. Just like goes off on someone if they're like, hey, I just want to know, like, are we going to launch soon? They'll like snap at them and kick them out of the meeting. Again, it's like, that's a normal question. But this is just, an interesting comment for many reasons. Not only for the use of the capital H in he, which just further shows that they do really see Ash as a god. Okay, like, I don't know if I have to prove that anymore. I think I've proven that this thing is getting out of control complete cult of personality. They really do see Ash as a god. It's an issue. It's an issue. It also shows that the other O founders are trying to silence people within the group. And it shows, like, again, that they've lost all critical thinking skills. Like, they're gone at this point. Completely gone. You know, they're at the point now where it's just blind faith, blind loyalty, and whatever Ash does, they'll sign on for. Which, again, I'll bring up the same thing that I do with, like, Vibe or any of the other ones that are starting out that try to recruit people without products. You don't know what that product's going to be. Signing on to something and then going, I will promote whatever product you drop, is a dangerous game to play. Okay? It's funny because, like, influencers out here get canceled all the time for, like, not trying the products enough, like that Michaela Noguera girl or whatever, who should totally be canceled. I'm not saying she shouldn't be, but, like, one of the big things she did was she hopped from product to product to product, never really giving it a chance, and then she would give the product good reviews, but she would have, like, 30 ads in a week. So it was like, obviously, you're just doing this to get paid for the ads. You're not actually trying out the products, and it's seen as shisty, right? But then those same people that would be mad at her for doing that will have no problem joining an MLM and being like, but whatever products they sell, it won't matter. I'm just here. I'm here. It won't matter. Just drop whatever. Sure, it could be something that gives everybody a big UTI. But, you know, who cares? I'll promote it because it's coming from you. It's like, no, don't do that. That's an awful idea. Don't do that. And these people are obviously at the point where they're just willing to do that. And at this point, I don't even know if it's about a product for many of them anymore. It's more now just about selling the dream and the hope that they're all going to save humanity together under Ash. Like, you know, with Ash as their great leader. It's bizarre. This is ridiculous. It really is, though. As soon as Ash flips the switch, then bing, bang, boom, all founders are instant multimillionaires. And it's like they really do believe that. You know? It's like, okay, but what are you going to be doing? What happens if it's like last time where you know, release OConnect and then not even all of you buy it? It's like, not even all of you are buying it. Why do you think anybody else is going to? Like, come on now. Surely investors have the right to question how their money is invested. What's wrong with that? Exactly. Exactly. There should be no such thing as a stupid question. No such thing. You should be answering all questions to the best of your ability, especially if you're expecting them to recruit people in the general public. You know, then also, technically, the general public should also have a right to come in and ask questions about it. But we all know that they won't do that. Even when I did go up there, I had to, like, arrange it through Chris Johnson. Like, our Chris McNair had to write Chris Johnson, who then had to ask permission if he could send him a link to send to me. And that's how I got up on that webinar that one time. It's very much planned who's going up. And, yeah, nobody can ask a question. Not even them. I made a video asking 3 civil questions. I have been blocked in every chat I have asked them in. Exactly. The dream in the community, right? Like, we're just selling friendship. Friendship and the dream of saving humanity. We don't know how, we don't know with what, but by golly, it's going to happen. And here we have a wonderful comment. This one made me laugh a bit because it's like, but what about us? You'll see what I mean. So this person says, thank you, Ash, for all that you do. I continuously hear members here saying Ash could have done this without us. He don't need us, etc. And all that may be true, but money is not everything. Ash would not be the man that he is with himself or his God without all of us and the love, patience, and encouragement that we share. That's right. You tell them. You tell them. Hello, Nani. And I think I saw Josh in here too, but where did he go? There you are. Josh is saying, happy birthday. It's the Recovering Hunbots, Mr. Levels, JellySnack, and Ella's birthday today. So be sure to wish them a happy birthday. Sorry, I'm reading a lot. With himself or his God. That makes me laugh a little bit. And the love, Ash would not be the man that he is with himself or his God without all of us. And the love, patience, and encouragement that we share. I've been here for close to 7 years. I'm like, I wouldn't tell anyone that, but okay. And I've grown and become close to all of you. Thanks, Ash and family, for all you do. He was so close. But there ain't no way you would have been the man that you are without us. You would be nothing without us, Ash. You would be nothing without us. We love you, Ash, and may Almighty God Allah keep guiding and blessing you. One love. So, we have a little bit of praise and whatnot there, of course, because, they are in Onpassive. But I did kind of think it was funny that they were like, you would be nothing without all of us. All right? People keep saying you don't need us, but listen here. You would be nothing if it wasn't for us, founders. One love. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Clive Williams, for your wonderful comment. And, since we were just talking about how hard it is to get up on a panel, I wanted to show you guys that Chris Johnson often posts on his Facebook before they're doing a panel like this, and he lets them know that the emails have gone out for the panel. Check your emails. So he emails specific people to come up and speak and ask questions. It is never just random founders that show up and raise their hand in the Zoom meeting. Never. It is always Chris knows who's going up. Chris will put them in an order, right? And it's because, he emails and he plans all of these question and answer sessions. And this is why so many times it's just them going up there and going, I love you, Mr. Ash Mufara. Thank you so much for being our friend. I'm so glad to have a friend as good as you.
My name is Ash Mufara, and I'm your friend.
And they're not really giving any pushback or asking questions other than, the one time Niraj did, and then Moonsun seemed to have gotten a few in there. And I don't know, for all I know, they could have kicked her out after that. Will they ever answer those questions for her? Maybe not. Will they ever do an Indian webinar? No, probably not. They haven't yet. So, yeah, Panal, yeah. I know, it's like, Chris, really? The word panel? Really? I don't know, grade 4 writing skills here? Jesus, Chris. Chris and Marty brag there would be new founders invited onto the panel. Yeah, right. That's what I mean. They say that all the time, but he sends the emails to the people that are on his email list. And obviously his email list is just the main people. I don't think he sends it to every single person in Onpassive, right? So that's why we keep seeing the exact same people on there every single time. It's always the exact same people talking. It's never a real question. It's very much pre-planned, all in advance. And it would be interesting if one time they did just open up questions to the public, but they're way too scared to do that because I think they know that one of us would eventually get up there. And it's true. So somebody would get up there and ask questions. If not one of us, one of the other founders who maybe have some questions about this thing, I think they're finding out that not everyone is as brainwashed as they thought, because they are getting a lot more pushback now than ever. You know, it really did screw them over to release some things and then almost have them taken away and then not do anything for like a year. You know, like now people are kind of like, okay, this is bullshit. Like, something needs to happen, otherwise I'm going. So that's part of it. So we look forward to when we don't see this one day. I'll let you know. This was really funny to me. Good old Derek here has been doing his own version of a recap of what happened at the last Ash session. He says, Onpassive, the latest news from Ash Mufareh. Mind-numbing waffle. Number 1, SpaceX and rockets waffle. 2, waffle is a word for like rambling. 2, weight loss waffle. 3, analogies. 4, no accountability. 5, no remorse. 6, hashtag gaslighting. 7, manipulation. 8, no plan. 9, mindless bullshit. Now, we're not saying waffle anymore. Now we're just going for it. Mindless bullshit. 10, vomit inducing. And I was like, yeah, this is the first time that I've read a recap of Ash's speech and been like, yeah, exactly. That's what I heard too. So I had to share that with all of you, you know, because I figured you guys would appreciate that as well. Might be the first time we've ever seen a real truthful recap of an Ash Mufareh webinar, you know, besides when like we're doing one, you know. Never seen that before coming from the outside, you know? But then there was also this. Hashtag Ash Mufareh. If you have nothing to hide, meet me on a live webinar. Got questions for you. Now, I was kind of trying to set the stage here a bit because I don't think this will ever happen. I think that Ash is really, really scared to actually face the music. I think he's been trying to get the SEC case dismissed because he's also horrified of having to face them. He really doesn't want to go to court because he's like, I'm a big baby and I don't take accountability and I don't want to face the music over here. It's a very sad song. And so I don't think he will ever take you up on this offer. But if he does take you up on this offer, you make sure you share it and you let us know. So we can all be there to cheer you on. Because, you know, I want to see it. And I'm sure everyone here does. Ali has been, what's going on, Ali? Hey, you asking some questions? Starting to wonder a little bit. Ali was in a chat where he asked, after crying, I know it's sad, how long the new business model is going to take to go to the market. I hope he doesn't get blocked for that, you know. They don't like questions, as we've said. But just found it interesting because it's going to take a very long time. It doesn't seem like the SEC and Ash are going to reach a settlement agreement. They have until the 7th of July now. And I don't think it will get pushed again because they've done mediation and then this has been pushed. I think July 7th, they've either settled it or they haven't. They're going to court. You're welcome, Mr. Level. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Very negatively. Right? Don't be so negative, Olay. So it's not going to happen, my dude. I'm very sorry. And again, do be careful asking questions. Although, you know, if they yell at you, I would hope that would be a wake-up call for you. And, you know, when that does happen, Ali, feel free to come on by. We don't hold any grudges over here. Even if you came and yelled at us when you were in the scam, you are welcome to join our community after you leave. Ali asking a question? Wow, I know. I was impressed. A little worried because I was like, again, Ali, hope they didn't really see it. But, you know, good things are happening. I hope that he eventually wakes up and sees the light, because things should be happening. And again, that's a good question. And they should have that answer for you. They should be able to tell you that by now. I mean, like, I don't know why we're teasing this. It's like, okay, you've been teasing a launch with these people for 7 years. Enough is enough. Quit teasing this stupid new business. Either launch the fucking thing or let the people go. Like let them go. Tell them nothing's going on. You're sorry, and then that's that. But like, don't keep them here, Lord. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know why this is getting posted again. It was probably old. Probably came from back when it made sense to post this. When they first did the light shows on the Burj Khalifa in Dubai, which were super duper expensive. And we have Mohammed Kamal up there and CEO Ash Mufareh. And I was kind of like, hey, didn't you hear? They don't like Mohammed Kamal anymore, dude. Careful posting this around. Careful. He should be down at the bottom going to hell, according to you guys. Yeah, shit or get off the pod, exactly. So I don't like when they do this, because then, somebody sees it and they don't really pay attention, but then in their mind they go, oh, we must be doing another Burj Khalifa presentation. And then, they share it and it gets shared a few times. And that kind of happened with it. Like, someone posted it originally, and when I came across it, it was someone sharing that post. And I was like, oh, no, we have to stop this right now. You are not on the Burj Khalifa anymore. You're not in the Burj Khalifa anymore. Onpassive no longer has anything to do with the Burj Khalifa. It hasn't for a while, but it really does not today. Like, it did long time ago. You did do an ad campaign. I think you only did one, and then you just pretended that you did several more. I'm not really sure. That's just my allegations. That's just my opinion based on what we saw. Some things looked a little weird about some of the marketing, but they did do one. Like, it did happen. My whole thing, though, is that it's not happening today. So we need to don't share this out. This isn't going on. You don't have the Burj Khalifa anymore. Mohammed Kamal is apparently doing money laundering and ran to Egypt. So there's all that, I don't think Ash would like this. Someone didn't get the memo, right? Right? Hello, surrender. Mohammed, scam them all. That's right. That's right. Then there was this one, Success 2025. And we have Ash up there. And then we have everybody else. I don't know who this little kid is here sitting, but, we got everybody's picture here, just a bunch of random founders. And that's pretty much what Onpassive looks like, right? The pyramid of Onpassive. That's a good image to show it. You get Ash at the top. You have the 3 top guys right there. And then everybody else is underneath them. That's the hierarchy here. So I just found it interesting that they kind of did it like this. This is how it's supposed to be, right? And then one of our people took it and said, Onpassive, failure from 2018 to 2025. Someone posted this up and said, Mr. Bullshit. So, like I said, people are starting to speak out. They're starting to get a little angry over on Facebook sometimes. Sometimes I got to pop in and be like, are you okay? Would you like some resources that might help you understand what's going on right now and why you're so angry? I got those. I can help you with those. But, are you good? Yeah, I do. I spend a lot of time on Facebook right now doing that. And this one was just funny. Mr. Bullshit. I said, yes, he is. Keep making them. And then Joe had some fun. Joe had some fun with AI. So this is Ash Mufareh, their Lord and Savior at the Last Supper. And here he is, being prayed to by his disciples. I like this one. I think this one looks like him quite a lot, actually. I kind of like that one. Actually does look a lot like him. They did good. Then we have King Ash, Sir Lord of the Internet. Maybe he's a lord, not quite a king. Sir Lord of the Internet, Ash Mufara. Now says like, little kid is a refugee that's waiting for Ash to end all the wars. Ash did say he would end all the wars. He really did, though. So, Lord and Savior, Ash Mufara. Then we got Red Redfern at his job here at McDonald's. He got Employee of the Month. Look at that. Good for him. I'm so happy for him. I think being on the boat did something to his back, though. He should probably get that checked out. Maybe Joe could help him out with that. Joe knows all about that. So maybe Joe just hit him up at McDonald's. Go grab a burger, just to make him feel good. You don't want to just walk in there and be like, hey, you need to fix your back. Just go in, grab a burger, maybe a milkshake, and then be like, by the way, I've noticed your back could maybe use a checkup. Just go in there, get it checked up. And then Joe also came across Mike Ellis at Walmart. I don't think he likes working there very much. I guess he's not having a good time. He's like, Onpassive was supposed to launch. But it's all right, because we're going to hear from him later on. Don't you worry. So, that is it for this week's episode of Onpassive Meme Review. So that was fun. I enjoyed the AIs. Definitely do more of those. We love them. Jelly says, congrats, Red. I'm dying here. Old Slaphead. I like that. Slaphead. Apparently, he's gone undercover as George, too. Yeah, the name tag says George. He's trying to hide. He doesn't want us to find him, He's having a bad day, a bad life. Let's be real. It's been rough. It's been rough for him, It really has been. The poor dude. Whatever will he do? I like those, though. Those were fun. Those are pretty good. Like, when I try to do AI of people, they don't like me. They're like, sorry, no, we're not going to be doing the AI of somebody's likeness. But those ones, those are good. I liked it. I appreciate that. I really do. So I think that we're going to react to a Bill Musk video that I found quite interesting. It's his middle name, George. Mike George Ellis. Got it. So this video is called, give me a second, Other Technology Companies Can't Give Us What They Don't Have. Slightly ironic. I know, but that's what it's called. So let's get right into it.
Technology companies can't give us what they don't have. What does it mean making that statement? Number one, we have
I don't know. I think it's very ironic coming from one of the only technology companies that don't have anything.
Mr. Ash Mufara as CEO of our company. Mr. Ash Mufara has an impeccable record of success no matter wherever he goes.
He's George Ellis, by the way. You're right. I probably should have done one, shouldn't I?
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
George Ellis, by the way.
Interview the CEOs of companies where Mr. Ash Mufara worked. They will tell you that Mr. Mufara left a big void in their companies because they weren't able to keep him in their companies.
Who? Like, you want me to go to Amway and be like, did you guys having a hard time since Ash left? And then I'm supposed to go to, like, GDI and be like, you guys having a hard time since Ash left? And then, like, the other ones, he kind of ran himself. I mean, other than, like, Telex Freight, Paydive, and those kinds of things, like, any of the ones that would be of importance to ask about, he was the CEO of. Ashmax, GDI Fusion, etc., right? So I'm just kind of confused, like, because then I'm just asking him if there's a void, and that doesn't work. Like, this isn't a thing. He was successful for 1 week at GDI where he got some silly reward because he recruited 300 people to the scam in a week. Okay, and there was like one little article written about it. Lord, I was just like that guy that like won a football game in high school with a touchdown, and now he's like 40 years old, and he works at like the gas station, and every time you see him, he's like, hey, yeah, you remember back in high school when I did that touchdown? And you're like, okay, bud. Yeah, I know, you peaked in high school, as we can all see. Like, that is literally Ash Mufara, but with MLMs. You know, he's like that one time way back, like 25 years ago, when I was in GDI and I signed up 300 people, and people are like, yo, congrats. You know, and now you're being sued. Like, came a long way, sir. You know, it's like, the hell? I didn't know that Al smokes weed to come up with this shit. I'm pretty sure Ash could have stayed in Ash Max if he wanted to. I mean, yeah, it was his. So.
When you have a gem who happens to be one of the best marketers on the planet, it's hard to replace that gem. And Mr. Mufara did leave a parting gift by creating success systems that are still being used by his former employers. That is why those previous companies...
But they're not, though. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. And this tech team again. Again with this tech team.
CEOs can't say anything negative about Mr. Mufara and the work he did for those companies. But we have Mr. Ash Mufara all to ourselves. Can you say we are blessed beyond measure? Mr. Ash Mufara brought with him to his company knowledge, intelligence, character, heart...
Character. Character. Great reading, AI. Good job.
Passion for humanity and experience in knowing what he is doing. We also have working for us the absolute best technology team in existence.
I'm gonna have an aneurysm. I don't know. Even he's like, I don't have any employees. Like, he even was like, I don't have employees. It's just me now. They're like, and your marvelous tech team. I don't. Hello, Bill, John. No tech team. Zero, zip, zilch. Zero. Nada. Like, just stop.
The reason we are able to say that is a technology team has to be great if what they are doing behind the scene in technology is shocking Mr. Mufara. Innovative technology that will render the present technology at the starting line, which is new.
Innovative technology that will render the present technology at the starting line. What a sentence. Like, what? Gonna make them go back to the starting line.
New company is advancing at warp speed, far ahead of the other companies in this industry. Case in point, a video conferencing platform that is 300 times better than anything called video conferencing.
So in order for it to be 300 times better, according to them, they just say it is. Apparently that's how the tech industry works. I could just come up with any software at all. It could do anything. And then I just do a video and I say, this is 300 times better than the one already on the market. And apparently it makes it so. And it's like, you don't have any technology right now. You don't have O-Connect right now. This would have been different if O-Connect had been running this whole time, maybe. So what are we doing here?
That's only one product that he mentioned in a recent webinar. We have the complete package. And we are on our way because we have something that all other companies want, but can't get because we have them. Mr.
We have it and you don't. No, and then you're like, what is it? They're like, Ash Mufara. You're like, oh yeah, you can keep it. I'm good. Alb says, if Ash is such a great marketer, why does he keep hiring other marketers? Good question. You know? Oh, Media was the only success within Onpassive. And that wasn't Ash leading the team. No, it had like nothing to do with him. That was all Dr. Susan and Muhammad Kamal, right? Excuse me, exactly. It's like he's never done the marketing other than those awful videos that he used to make at the beginning where he would just be talking directly into the microphone. We've reacted to them. It's awful. I guess he shows his screen and shows us part of the back office or whatever, the website. But still, awful videos. That's really the only marketing he's ever done. That's the trick with religion. You only have to convince a few people it's true, and then they give you money. Apparently.
Ash Mufara and his technology team. Be glad founders and affiliates, and stay excited because we will shock the world. One other thing that those other companies don't have is us. Mr. Ash Mufara and his company have us.
They have more people than you. Like, think about it. They think that they're going up against companies like Apple, Google, Microsoft. Like, in their brains, that's who they're talking about when they're like, we have things that are 300 times better. And it's like, you have nothing. You have nothing at all. They have a lot more people. This is my favorite part of the video. It reminds me of the 90s. When at the end of a show, they used to do a freeze frame and then it would like fade into black. Yeah. I don't know why Bill Must and John White decided to put this in their video for so long at the end. But here it is. You know, she's just standing there staring at us with this clipboard and we have some music playing. We're not even zooming in on her or doing anything. And I'm like, what? Why? And I guess it was just to get to the end of the song. So that was fun. I liked that. That was a really great time. How they keep bringing up the tech team. Freaking love that for them. It always makes me so happy when they bring up the tech team. Of course, I'm being very sarcastic. I don't know why they keep doing it. I think they're doing it to trigger me at this point. At this point, they're just doing it to trigger me. And, you know, it's kind of sad because this week, I don't have a dancing diaper baby video. I have a video, but it's not dancing diaper babies. May I introduce all of you to Dancing Fast Car?
We will come back bigger. We will come back bigger. We will come back strong. Rising from the shadows where we belong. Breaking through the limits, tearing down the wall. We will come back bigger. You can't stop us all. Hit the ground, it shook us loud, but we're still here, we're still proud. The flames may rise, but we don't fold. We're burning brighter, heart of gold. They thought they'd seen the end of us, but we're building dreams out of dust. The cracks reveal a warrior's fight. We shine like stars in darkest night. We will come back bigger. We will come back strong. Rising from the shadows where we belong. Breaking through the limits, tearing down the wall. We will come back bigger. You can't stop us all. The echoes say we've lost our spark, but we ignite the deepest dark. No chains can hold, no world can bind. Our spirits free, our hearts align. So keep your doubts and hold your fear. We lost before, we're still here. Through every fall we've learned to climb. The crown is ours, it's just a matter of time. We will come back bigger. We will come back strong. Rising from the shadows where we belong. Breaking through the limits, tearing down the wall. We will come
yeah, so I guess that was fun. I guess. Mr. Level says it's some bootleg Hot Wheels video game. That is what it looks like. It really, really is. I hope that they bring back our dancing diaper babies. I really do. I miss them. I miss them a lot. You know, I get worried about them. They're just babies. They're just babies. Anyway, I think it's time for us to hear from... I'm so sorry to do this to all of us, but it's time to hear from Tanja. Oh, Tanja. She just won't stop. And this one's a little bit interesting because it has a few characters this week. This was, of course, posted in Onpassive Nation, and this was posted by Sue Knox, our first character of this story, who says, I'm listening to Chris on YouTube today and am responding to his comment about why people so easily jump on board, believing the worst rather than the best of a situation / person. And I was like, what are you talking about us? Jump scare. That's right. Tanja is a jump scare. My thoughts on this are that it's because it's easy. If we simply agree there is no further brain power required, we are part of a group that is easy to be part of, and we follow their lead, much like the popular crowd at school. Being part of it often requires us to not question why we make fun of others, bully, harass, and exclude. We simply follow the leader. I'm kind of like, Sue, yeah, you follow the leader, you know, Sue. But if we choose to believe the best, we are frequently faced with opposition, question about why we would choose that belief, and even excluded or shunned from a group. We are choosing to walk uphill, which is an unrelenting challenge. But the views are amazing from the top. And this is, of course, just toxic positivity that they do in MLMs, where it's like, oh, you know, we're getting faced with haters and, you know, people just opposed to what we're doing. We're doing such great things and we're so happy that people are just jealous or they're just hating on us and we just got to keep going. It's like, okay, no, like you're being sued by the SEC for fraud and unregistered securities and called a scam. All right? Believing in this isn't just like, people aren't saying, oh, hey, we don't like Mr. Ash, so you shouldn't follow him, and that's that, you know? We're saying, look, this whole industry is not a good industry. Less than 1% of people make money in the MLM industry to begin with. You don't have any products. The guy stole the $108 million for himself, didn't put it back into the company, got sued for it, and then he's just been leading you on for 7 years like, wake up. You know, there's proof after proof after proof, but they're told to ignore it and just see it as, oh, that's just haters. I'd rather be climbing mountains than jumping off cliffs simply because I didn't think for myself. And I couldn't help but laugh because the other day I ended up watching Always Marco. Marco was doing a debate with somebody in an MLM, and he had brought up the analogy of like, if a whole bunch of people jump off a cliff and they all die, but one person makes it, okay? And then I say, hey, you know, you should jump off this cliff too. I know that 99 people died, but you know, one guy only ended up with a broken leg. Would you then jump off the cliff? And the guy was like, well, then there's a pool there. And it was just really funny. And it's kind of like the same thing going on with this person here. I shared it on my community tab, so you can go back and watch it if you never saw it. But it's just like hilarious to me that she brought up jumping off cliffs. And I was like, what is with them and cliffs? And these weird analogies, you know? That debate was so telling. And that's literally their mindset and how it works. and how they can like twist anything. Any proof you put in front of them, they somehow twist it. They'll just define words and just like switch the topic over. And you're like, wait, now we're not even talking about what I said. Like, what are you doing? It's just a lot of circles, right? I still can't figure out what she is trying to say. But yeah, I'd rather be climbing mountains than jumping off cliffs simply because I didn't think for myself. She's a master of irony, this Sue lady. Right? Have a fabulous day. Trust that Ash. Trust that Ash has his eye on the right map, and he will lead us to the right destination. And I'm like, oh, Sue. Oh, Sue. Silly, silly Sue. You know, you just simply follow the leader, don't you, Sue? As you can see, there's 35 likes and hearts and 7 comments here. So let's see what was said. Randy came in and just had to like be the cherry on top of the irony, you know? Because Randy says, members of a cult don't challenge or ask questions. They just blindly follow their leader even to death. Information leads to informed decisions. I'm glad that this business, whatever it will be called, allows questions from a right motive. Sir, did you see when Moonsun tried to ask a question? And what happened and what people think about people who ask questions here in Onpassive? You're not allowed to ask questions. You like to give the illusion that there's a question and answer session. And then you delusionally seem to think that there's questions somewhere in there. But if anyone actually asks a question, they're quickly silenced. He should change his name to Randy Irony. He really should. Qualified questions are not real questions. Exactly. Open it up to the public. Drop the link in the chat. See what happens. See what happens then. But Randy, of course, isn't the only one that responded. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. And this wouldn't be about Tanja, right? Because of course, Tanja had to show up to have her 2 cents to throw in as per usual. So we got this going on, and then we got this.
Doing the right thing in life could make you feel alone sometimes, more vulnerable. It might require more strength, all kinds of strength, but the reward is well worth fighting for. Choices. It's up to us.
Okay, Tanja. All righty. It's this weird thing where they're like, all of the hardships we've been going through together as a group to get Onpassive started is really just God testing us and making us stronger so that we can be ready when they flip the switch and we all of a sudden become millionaires and save humanity. Like they really are doing these mental gymnastics. And it's just kind of funny how now they're talking about how you feel alone. Well, I thought that this was your community, your family. Why would you be feeling more vulnerable and feeling alone sometimes in all of this? Seems a little weird. And do you have choices here? I mean, do you? Seems like the only thing you can really do is wait around. And you don't really have a choice in that, you know? There is nothing else to do. But luckily for us, you know, this thing is kind of a cult. People are waking up, but people like Tanja will probably never wake up. And we can just keep trying to teach people how to, like, I don't know, do critical thinking, ask questions, pay attention to red flags. Like if you're in a community that doesn't let you ask any questions about it, know that's a red flag. That's all we can do. Oops. 9.8, 9.7, 6.5 from the East Germany judge. I have no clue. What do you mean, Joe? But, yeah. So, you heard it here. People in cults don't challenge or ask questions. They just blindly follow their leader, even to death. You know, Ash does say do or die, so we'll have to see how it goes. But that is it for this week's episode of Tanya's Pool. Yeah, so, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. It can be a little bit depressing, but, you know, that's just the way that it is. This thing's getting more and more friggin' culty as it goes on. And they have less to do, it seems. And, you know, kind of keeping in the same theme of it being culty before we have a little laugh after the commercial break, I just wanted to show you guys something that really made me say, what the fuck is going on in this cult here?
I'm about to whip somebody's ass.
WTF. Yeah, no, so this made me kind of go, huh? What's going on? What is this? And it's Onpassive's new leaders. Now, granted, these people that I'm about to show you, Marty and Chris, have always been leaders in Onpassive. They've always kind of been put on a pedestal. They were a part of their loyal leaders, the good old LCs, and they're very much the next people in this underneath Ash Mufara, and everyone knows it, as you even saw in the images earlier in this stream. They know that underneath Ash, Marty and Chris are right there. So they've always been kind of seen as the leaders of this thing and been praised for being these great people that are awesome speakers, really good at marketing. And it just has always made us all kind of go, huh? What? Why? That's weird. We don't see that. But since Marty has gone to the hospital, it has gotten a little bit more weird and culty. And although I don't really like to react to Marty, in the hospital, luckily I don't think he's been on any of Chris's streams. He seems to actually be doing what he's supposed to be doing right now, which is not Onpassive, and resting and trying to recover. But the rest of the O founders and the way that they're acting about him being in the hospital and about Chris having to stream by himself have been very fucking bizarre. I don't know how else to say it. It's straight up weird, dude. And I gotta show this to you. So as you know, we react a lot to John White and Bill Must, right? And this past week, 7 days ago, they did up this video, as you can see, that's called To Our Loving Friend Marty DeGarmo, John White, and Bill Must. And I'm going to play the video for you because I feel like I'm in a fever dream when I watch it. It's just eerie to watch.
In a heightened and very exciting period in the journey that all of us are taking, and we know that we will arrive at our destination.
Like the promised land, or like what's the destination?
Marty DeGarmo, our brother and beautiful friend, is experiencing some serious health issues involving his breathing. We are all praying for him to fully recover and be with us when we cross the finish line together.
Cross the finish line together? Aren't we trying to stop him from crossing the finish line right now? That's what we're praying for.
Marty is without a doubt a most amazing man who has tirelessly worked, not only for himself and his family, but all of us who have been part of a business that has been with us for more than 6 years.
Marty is someone that does what I consider to be like nonsense busy work. Okay? You could make 100 videos about Onpassive a day. Do 50 streams a day about Onpassive and how wonderful it is, how much you love Ash, how successful it's going to be, and try to get people into it. But when no one can actually sign up, and when there's no products and no one's selling anything, you're really not doing anything but wasting your time. These videos are not something that matter. It makes no sense to market something so early. Like, why would you market something 10 years before you release it? You know, by then people are forgetting that you were going to market, like the hype's over. You know? So it's like, he does a lot of stuff, it looks like, but it's nothing that's ever going to actually advance this business. What it does do is it fills his pockets with the YouTube money. That's how they're living right now, basically.
No one has worked harder and more dedicated than Marty,
Not even Ash Mufara?
his wife. Dawn is priceless and worthy of honor because she epitomizes a soulmate locked together in a relationship that
The AI forget her name.
has family challenges, but she keeps giving her all to support her husband who is giving him all to help humanity. We all love you, Marty, very deeply, and we all know that prayers are powerful and you are getting multitudes.
I don't think they're working, though. Like, you guys have been praying this whole time, and, like, he's gone to the hospital 4 times. Maybe we need to think of doing something else. Maybe we should start casting spells. Or, like, doing some crystal work or something.
Marty, you are precious to all of us. Get better, Marty. We all miss you very much. Your fingerprints are also on this new company, just as Mr. Ash Mufara and his technology team.
Yeah, Marty. Remember, your fingerprints are also on this new company, just as Mr. Ash Mufara and his technology team. So, you know, there is no technology team, but just remember that, you know, as they're investigating money laundering in Dubai. Remember, as they're investigating fraud in India, as the SEC is suing Onpassive, just remember your fingerprints are also on the new company, just as Mr. Mufara and his technology team, which doesn't fucking exist. What will it take to get Bill Musk to understand this? I don't know. He never will. So there was that video, and I was like, okay, well, that makes some sense. That's kind of sweet. You know, like, Marty's in the hospital. I understand doing a nice little video for him to get him out of the hospital. Hey, I did videos for people today for their birthday. You know, like that's fine. Nothing really wrong with that. It's just a little weird how they act like he's done a lot for Onpassive. Like, not really. You know, like, anyway, that wasn't all that weird. What became weird was that a couple days after that, then this video got posted. As you see, 5 days ago, I took these screenshots today. 5 days ago, 2 days after that one, this one gets posted, and it's by Manu Miller, but it's done up in a Bill Musk production. I guess she just wrote it, and then they used AI. But it's for the one who carries so much. And again, I'll play it for us. And it's bizarre, you know, because I'm just kind of like, what is he carrying? Like, really? He's not Dawn, you know? It's weird for the one who carries so much. First, I thought it was going to be about Manu Miller, but no. I think she wrote it. So give me a second. There it is.
You've been walking through fire for a long time. Quietly, steadily, without asking for credit.
I'm pretty sure he's asked for some credit, but anyway.
We've seen you carry worry, grief, exhaustion, and still somehow show up for everyone around you. You check in, you hold the line, you don't look away when things get hard. We know it's been a lot. Losing close...
He does it to himself. Like, they can tell Ash, listen, don't call us at 11 p.m. I need you to call earlier. Like, I'm exhausted. I'm going into the hospital. Like, I don't feel good. They don't have to do shifts and have one person checking the OES while the other one's sleeping. You know? Sherry says, why does Bill make the video voice in a young woman version? Good question. There's a lot of them. And I will say that they have done some studies in marketing. And apparently, women's voices are better to read scripts for marketing than men's voices are. Apparently, it grabs people's attention more and that kind of thing. So normally, if you asked me that question, that's the answer I would give you. Is I would get into the marketing studies on that kind of thing. And I would be like, that's probably why they're using a girl's voice. But since it's Onpassive and Bill Must, I don't know if they even know that. Probably not. So, you know, like Joe says, I guess he just likes young women. It's Chris o'clock. I know. I don't know why they put him in the middle of the clock. It looks like something I would have done. Jean visited Marty in the hospital. She just posted a pic. Oh my. That's kind of nice though. You know, it's kind of nice to go visit Marty in the hospital if you're close enough to. I hope she didn't like travel too far for that though. But you know, if they're friends, you know, you do that for your friend. But doing this for your buddy because your guys' friend is in the hospital is a bit weird. This video.
Friends, watching your kids struggle, managing your own health, it's enough to break anyone. But somehow you keep going. Not because it's easy, but because that's who you are. You march forward, even when the ground is crumbling. No. You show up even when you're hurting.
Oh.
You care, even when no one's checking on you. You've been surrounded by stories of sickness, loss, and still, you fight to protect hope. You hold off the dark when it tries to take over. That strength matters. You matter.
This is so weird. Like, what did he do that... Like, he had to do some streams by himself. That's what they're saying. Poor Chris. Marty's in the hospital, and he has to stream without Marty. All the things he goes through. Like, it's just bizarre, because it's not like they do this for everyone when they're going through something.
This isn't about asking you to keep being strong. It's about reminding you that you don't have to carry everything alone. We see you. We love you.
Yeah,
and we're with you.
Long, eh?
Let this video be a pause, a breath, a moment where you're not the one holding someone else up. You've done enough of that. Let us hold you for a second. With respect, with care. All of us, your global family.
And I just found it a little bit bizarre. Like they're treating them like they're these great martyrs that have sacrificed their health for Onpassive, and that's the thing. Like, please do not sacrifice your health for Onpassive. You know, don't do that. That's not good. So I asked AI what they thought about this, because I want to make sure all the AI knows that it's a scam. And they said, viewing Marty DeGarmo and Chris Johnson as self-sacrificing martyrs for Onpassive, especially amid Marty's ongoing health issues, is a dangerous and manipulative tactic because it shifts focus away from the scam itself and onto emotionally charged loyalty. It paints them as noble heroes under attack, making any criticism of their actions or the company feel like cruelty or betrayal. This deflects accountability and deepens the cult-like devotion within the group, reinforcing the belief that they're part of a righteous struggle rather than a fraudulent scheme. It's a classic emotional manipulation strategy used to keep followers compliant and critics silenced. And I agree. I agree with all of that. Manu's post always weird me out. Yeah, that's a Manu one. I'm guessing she wrote the script. And then they did the video AI thing for it, you know? But, you know, that just kind of make me go, what the fuck? And make me go, are they going to be veered as godlike beings now? Because it's heading in that direction, you know? And oftentimes in cults, they do that. There will be the head leader, and that person is seen as the god, the leader, right? And then sometimes those who are highest up and right underneath that person, especially if there's a hierarchy like an MLM type thing, that group sometimes then gets seen as almost like prophets of the leader. And I know we've seen a little bit of that, but I feel like now we're in that territory. Like we've reached that now, unfortunately, with Marty being in the hospital, which I don't like it. I don't want to show the post. And I'm going to explain to you why. But Jean did visit Marty in the hospital. Hold on. We'll do this separate. Hold on. That is it for our WTF.
I'm about to whip somebody's ass.
WTF. All right, so I don't want to show the post because I'll explain in a moment. But Jean went and visited Marty in the hospital and says, guess who? Having a blast visiting Marty DeGarmo and Don DeGarmo in New Jersey. Such a good feeling to see that smile. He's getting better every day, and rehab starts Monday. And then what she did is she posted a picture of Marty in his hospital bed to the Facebook, which is a little bit, you know, he looks better than he did the last time we saw him. His complexion is a little bit healthier, but a little bit weird. Would have been better if she had taken a picture of like her and Dawn together, you know, and then posted that up. But maybe they're posting Marty up to show that he's well. I don't want to do it because I don't really want to be posting up Marty in the hospital. I feel like that's kind of a vulnerable position to be in. And I'm not really about that. But it is posted in the Onpassive area of my Discord if you're in there and you want to see it. If you're not in there and you want to see it, you can hit me up. Then go, Queen, I'm not in your Discord. Can I see it? Depending on who you are, I might let you in. He got the Onpassive weight off him. Yeah, maybe. Maybe he did some gastric bypass surgery while he was in there. Did they show a newspaper with the date? No, they didn't show the newspaper with the date. They didn't. All right, we got to do our ad break now. Otherwise, I don't know when we will be doing it. I won't be able to do one then. So we got to do our lovely little ad break. And then when we return, we are going to be hearing from Mike Ellis. And we are going to be briefly hearing from good old Sherry. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Today's video is brought to you by...
Do you have a berserker demon? You may think that's a strange question, but I've dealt with berserker demons. What's a berserker? The word describes ancient Nordic warriors who fought with uncontrollable rage. This is where we get the expression, he was so angry, he went berserk. In the days of Vikings, berserkers would enter a trance before battle to get supernatural strength. They fought with a frenzy. Sound like someone you know? As we say, they lose it. Explosive anger can come from frustration, feeling disrespected, trauma, mental and hormonal issues, and drugs, but uncontrollable rage can be demonic. As an exorcist, I've dealt with berserker demons. If you've got one, you'll need more than anger management therapy. You may need an exorcism of a berserker demon of anger. That's inhuman. I'm here to help at boblarson.org.
Whoa, looks like you got a bit of a tangle in your dangle. Did you know that more than 8 out of 10 hose owners die each year? Not anymore. Hey, turn me on and watch my hose get huge. My mom always told me I was a grower, not a shower, and boy was she right. And if you squeeze me in the right spot, all my raging fluids will come flying out of me, and instantly I'll retract to my small, natural, convenient size. Amazing! Oh, yep. Shout outs to all my flowers and growers out there. And just like a real snake, it can contract and expand like an accordion. You know, we really wanted to name it the Snake Hose, but that's the title of a gay porno. I mean, I've never seen it, but lizard's close enough. This is my next door neighbor, Sharon. She didn't know I was filming her. She also didn't know I had my hose in my hand, too. If your hose weighs more than 15 pounds, I feel sorry for you. You see, women prefer light, dainty, petite hoses. You don't want to be walking around with a big honking nanner. Oh, Sharon. Whoa, watch the whoa, don't get it caught on the thing. Whoa. Hey, buddy, watch where you're going. You don't want to end up like that guy, still using a standard hose, not going anywhere, and he's fucking bald. Fuck! Look at my hose, people. Oh, yeah, it's growing fast, and it's not kinking up anytime soon. Now, I don't know who lives here, but it's time to wake up. Behold, the full length and girth of my hose and its full potential. Hey, can't you see I'm filming a commercial here, you fucking asshole? Wah! Take that, fuck boy! No one fucks with my hose! The lizard hose is about $30. You get 25 feet. That's like, just a little bit more than $1 per foot. Now, fuck it, we'll give you 2. That's 50 feet. Get fucked. Come on, touch it.
Wait, do you have a condom? You don't have one somewhere? Yes. Oi, excuse me there, sir. Do you have these directions? Sure, you just go down that way and make a turn. Don't let her know that your dinger is almost a no-go. Get Tiny Dinger condoms to you discreetly. It's very important to choose the right size, so make sure that you get your tiny size. Don't be caught without a condom. No. Get Tiny Dinger condoms, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand. Located at your local CVS pharmacy, Rexall, Shopper Drug Smart, Walmart, and in your favorite streamer's nightstand. We get it. You're into feet, and not many girls are also into feet, but you finally found your dream woman. We got your souls covered now. Brought to you by the same people who brought to you Tiny Dinger condoms, trademarked, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand, and the same people who brought to you sexual endorphin spray, trademarked. We have now created the Foot Fetish Fantasia spray. When you're rubbing on her toes, take a deep breath in and smell the sweet aromas of the toilet bowl, the tire shop, dead flowers, and your nana's perfume. After all, it will turn you on more than just her pinky toe will. This little piggy has been to the market and grabbed themselves a bottle of the Foot Fetish Fantasia spray, trademarked. It made it so much easier to wake to my ex-girlfriend's feet after she posted up her beach trip vacay photos. Grab your bottle now and make that nasty foot fragrance vanish just like a ghost. Located at CVS Pharmacy, Shoppers Drug Mart, Rexall, Walmart, Kmart, Chaz R Us, and in your favorite foot fetishist nightstand. Are you getting upset with people's freedom of speech and consumer protection laws that allow the public to speak out about your scam? Are you giving YouTube creators false strikes in order to continue preying on vulnerable people? Is it getting hard to hold it in? Hold in all the bullshit? Well, introducing Tiny Digger Diapers, the adult diaper designed for the man baby deep down inside who's always on the way to the top where his ears will pop. With our FlexiFit technology, Tiny Digger Diapers moves with you whenever you sit on your chair, sit in your RV, sit on a boat, or sit in your home office paid for by the people you scam. The Secure Lock Core offers unmatched absorption for when you're full of shit, which is most likely all the time. These diapers keep you dry and comfortable so you can attend all 500 hours of webinars this week and not miss your chance to sign up a homeless man to your scam. Maybe he also needs the diapers, huh? Brought to you by the same people who brought to you Tiny Digger condoms and Fantasia foot spray. Buy Tiny Digger diapers today. Located at Shoppers Drug Mart, Rexall, Walmart, Target, your local CVS pharmacy, and in your favorite con artist nightstand. No matter where your day takes you from webinar to webinar, you will always be dry and you won't have to cry. Thank you for listening to a message from today's sponsor. Yes, thank you. And now I thought that we would hear from Mike Ellis.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
Because he did a wonderful little stream talking about Ash Mufara. And he doesn't do these as often as he once did. And it's literally called Ash Mufara Update by Mike Ellis. He called it that. By Mike Ellis.
I wanted to come on today and do a quick video of kind of where we are with Mr. Mufara in phase 2. I haven't done a video for a while.
Now, the funny thing is, this was just released about 6 days ago now, within the last week. But if you guys remember, Ash said there is no phase 2. And then Mike's here like, I know phase 2 of Onpassive. Like, they really don't listen to even him, do they?
And I really wanted to come on and kind of tell you all where I'm at, what's important to me right now. And as I look at what's going on right now, obviously the most...
Everyone was sitting around going, I really wonder what's important to Mike Ellis right now. No one could continue until we knew, you know?
The most important thing that's in front of us is time. And time is one of those things that you can't corrupt. It's going to move as fast as it moves. You can't make it go slower. You can't make it go quicker. And time is one of those things that affects each and every one of us. And as I think about what Mr. Mufara is doing, where we are and where we're going, I always think about agree capable. And really, all that term means is being able to make a long-term decision on a particular thing, whatever that thing is. And it involves knowledge and education. You have to know what's going on in order to make that long-term decision, to be there for the long term. And as I look at what Mr. Mufara is doing, there are just a few things that are important to me. Now, I've had a lot of requests from a lot of people about the ancillary issues that are out there. And those issues are the SEC, people getting paid, people not getting paid, just the things that have happened in the past. And the past is really, really important.
But that's the thing, though, is that these things haven't been righted. Okay? Like, the SEC case is still going on, Mike. It wasn't dismissed or settled. It's still going on. So that's not in the past. That's in the present. You might have to go to court in the future. Also, it would be one thing if Ash has paid the commissions that were owed to them. And then they can come on here and be like, oh yeah, sure, we owed commissions for a while, but we did pay them. I would still be like, well, that's a shitty, you know, but still, like, but they haven't done any of that. So you can't be like, oh, that's in our past. Just forget about those commissions that we owed you. That was in the past.
Because it educates us on what's coming in the future. Really, really a big deal. I don't worry about the ancillary things. Mr. Mufara...
But that's the thing, though. If the past predicts the future, we're in trouble.
Mufara, he is taking care of all of that in his way, in his time frame. He really is. And that is a really, really sweet thing. They are things we don't have to deal with.
Really sweet. He really is, guys. I promise, he really is. He is.
So the ancillary things, the things that have come in the past, I don't worry about them. Mr. Mufara has taken the good stuff that's come out of the past, he's moved it into the present, and that will be in phase 2, chapter 2, the great explosion that's coming. So the ancillary...
The great explosion that's coming. Yep. Onpassive will probably implode, though, not explode.
Things, I let Mr. Mufara deal with those things. When he wants to explain some of that, he will, but I don't worry about it. I'm focused on what's coming with phase 2, chapter 2, the explosion that's coming online. Really, really some cool things. And if you'll get that mindset, the agree capable becomes very, very easy because you start to understand what's coming. And when you have that education, when you have that knowledge, all of a sudden you're going, yeah, I'm just in.
What education and knowledge? Where do we get this education and knowledge? You don't even have a website. Ash hasn't told you anything that's coming. It's all a big secret.
So when I think about what's coming, I think about 3 things. I keep it very, very simple, guys. This is not difficult for me. The first thing I think about...
We know you're a simple-minded man, Mike, that doesn't think too often. We get that that's not difficult for you. Don't worry. Don't worry. I thought we were on page 4.
As I'm thinking about what Mr. Mufara is going to be introducing to us, I think about the platform. Okay? Is the platform good enough for you and I, you and me, to come on and develop an online income? These are things that Mr. Mufara is going to have to explain to us. These are things that I think are coming. Now, do I know what that platform looks like? I don't. I really...
That's a problem. It could all of a sudden be Pornhub 2.0. Like, you don't know. That's an issue. And here's the thing. I will not be able to trust your opinions on the products. That's what you're doing right now, though, is you're showing the public that it doesn't matter how shitty the products are. If Ash makes them and they're your company, you'll promote anything. So we can't trust you in future. Not that we trusted you in the past, but we especially can't trust you in the future when you say, oh, these products are amazing, they're great. Especially because when O Connect came out, you guys said it was fabulous. It was the best video conferencing app you had ever seen. You were so impressed with it. You went on and on about it as often as you possibly could. And then when Ash mentioned that he wasn't happy with it, right after it got taken down, he was like, oh, well, we didn't like it anyway. You guys were all like, oh, yeah, we weren't that impressed. We knew that you were, going to do something better because we were like, yeah, this is kind of basic. That's all you're proving to the public is that you cannot be trusted. You'll tell us right to our faces that your products are amazing. And apparently behind closed doors, you'll all be like, this shit sucks. And it doesn't matter what the product is. But, continue. That helps me more than you.
I don't. But I know what it needs to do. And what it needs to do is it needs to give us the ability to come online and develop an online income to find that freedom and liberty, that financial freedom. That's what it needs to do for us. Now, I know Mr. Mufara is going to come out and start explaining that. Do I know?
Liberate yourself by leaving the scam.
Know what it's going to look like? I don't. I don't care about that.
Why? That's so weird. I don't care what the product is or what it looks like or what it does. They could be making butt cream that makes you break out dancing. And I would just sell it anyway.
All I care about is him coming out and explaining it. And if it meets that criteria, game over. I'm in.
What's the criteria? Being able to make money off of it? Nothing will fit that criteria, Mike. You guys are actually the ones that are way behind at the starting line with your technology.
The second thing I look for, as Mr. Mufara comes out and starts to talk about these things, is longevity. Obviously, whatever business Mr. Mufara comes out with, whatever business we get into, it has to have longevity. Again, three things. That's it. Three things. Longevity is one of those things. We need the...
I mean, if your business is going to be all sitting around doing nothing and talking about how great Ash is, then yeah, you're doing good on that longevity. Done it for 7 years. I'm sure you could do it for another 7. He's the worst person you could ever listen to. Onpassive breakout butt cream. That's right.
The company.
That's literally what it could be. Like, they could start selling laxatives. Like, that's the funny thing. I love it when these people do this. They're like, I'll just join the company before it gets the products. And then whatever they sell, I'm sure it'll be fine. It's like, I wouldn't do that. You know, that's probably not a good idea, because then anything is on the table then. Like, are there products that you would not sell? Maybe we should start asking them that. What are the products that would be a deal breaker for you if that's what they came out with?
To have longevity in order to develop an online income and develop wealth. It doesn't get any more complicated than that. That's number 2. That's what I think about. Number 3, I think about the products. I think about above market value. and I have many
that increase your longevity with Onpassive products for men. You don't need the tiny blue pill. We have the tiny Onpassive pill.
Superlatives for the products that Mr. Mufara is going to be bringing out, but it doesn't need to be any more complicated than above market value.
Oh my God!
If Mr. Mufara comes out with products that are above market value in their totality,
what does that mean? Like, I wonder if I asked Mike Ellis, what does that mean? Would he be able to then explain it to me? Because he keeps saying market value over and over and over again. And then when you're like, what does that mean? He says, it's better than anything on the market. You're like, okay, kind of.
Again, it is just game over. And what does that do? If we look at some of the products Mr. Mufara talked about in phase 1, and just how large those niches were, they were massive. Our markets were so large it was hard to comprehend them. If you can get that, if you can get those markets that are so large, what does that do? It gives us longevity. Then we go to...
But you're doing it again. You're doing it again. Where you're like, we have a video conferencing app. Let's go see how many people on the internet use video conferencing. Oh, wow. That's how many people will sign up under me. That's not... No. That's not how it works. You have to think. Those people are already using Zoom. You are going to be coming out here. All right, there's Zoom, there's Skype. Like, there's a whole bunch of them that are quite popular. You're going to come out with your own. So you have to have something real special in order to get these people to stop using the one they're already buying, already know, right? They know how to use it. They're used to it. They purchase, if they're purchasing it, they've been probably doing it for a few months, comes out automatically. So in order for them to switch to your product, again, you have to take them away from that one. And I've explained this to you guys 100 times. There's like 50 steps that have to go into that now. Because in order to use your product, they have to join Onpassive. And they can't even do that right now. So again, I don't even know what we're doing. Like, nobody can register. So what the fuck? But let's say they could. And let's say you had the video conferencing, right? And you're looking at the market of people using Zoom, people using Skype, all the other ones. You would then have to say to someone, stop using that and come over here. Then they would have to cancel their subscription with Zoom, which I don't know. I've never subscribed to them. I've never done that many webinars. But I'm assuming that, that takes a few minutes. And then they would have to come over to Onpassive, sign up for Onpassive, and then also buy the O-Connect for 3 times the price. Okay? That's a lot of steps. I don't think you understand that in sales, you got to think of that kind of thing. Like, in order for them to do that, like I keep telling you, you have to have a really good selling point. Like, the app would have to fucking grow legs and come and pick you up and carry you to the house of the person that you wanted to call. In order for you to really expect that every single person in the market, because this is what you're saying right now to these O-founders that watch it, is that all of those people that are already subscribed and paying for another one will all just see O-Connect and all immediately just be like, oh, well, I'm done with Zoom. I'm gonna go cancel my subscription and come and sign up for this instead. And that's not the case. Because for most of them, if you're like, yeah, no, you should come try this O-Connect thing, they're going to be like, well, what the hell's O-Connect? And then you go, yeah, well, Ash Mufar is a god. He's so great, and he made it. And then they go, what does it do? And then you name off the exact same things that Zoom does. So then they're going to say, okay, how much does it cost? And then you list a price that's 3 times the amount. They're going to be like, no, I'm good. I got my Zoom. I'm okay. Because you're not just getting people to buy the video conferencing app when you're saying this. And when you're looking at that market. You're getting them to leave the one that they're already comfortable with. And it's not just about the subscription and the money. It's also the one that they learned how to use and have been using. You know what I'm saying? And then they come over here. There's no clear instructions. You can't figure out how the fuck to use it. And if you guys remember, the O-Connect sucked. It was a little bit more difficult, I found, to use than like Zoom was. It wasn't user-friendly and intuitive. Like, I found myself going, wait, where is this button? Why is it here? It should be over there. Like, Zoom doesn't have that, you know? So it's very dishonest for you to say to the O-founders, like, that's our market right there. All those people that are already using it, we're going to get all of them. Look at those numbers. That's our numbers. That's not how you come up with your numbers, first of all. That's not even how you look at the market, even. And I've explained that in the past. But it's just, like, so angering to me. It has once again had to break down, like, how many steps that would be for someone to agree to. In sales, the more steps, the harder the sale, right? It's very easy to say to someone, hey, sign up for this thing, sign here, give me your credit card number. Okay, thank you. You know, that's a pretty general sale. But if they're like, oh, well, I already have this service, that sale just became harder for you. Because now you have to try to convince them that yours is better than theirs and they should switch. And like I said, that's like 10 extra objectives that pop up that you have to go through now. Like, it's like, I don't think you understand. And then you're doing this with people that aren't in sales. You're doing this with elderly people and people that barely have access to the internet. So when people go to ask them questions, they're not going to know how to answer them. They're not going to know how to come back and sell this product to these people and convince them to stop their other subscription. You know, like, it's crazy talk. Just crazy. He is more creative than Spielberg. Mike Ellis is a very stupid person. He can be. Idiots made it instead of being for idiots to use. It's true. Because it's hard to use, right? You're like, what the hell? Why is this button over here? It's weird. It's like almost backwards in a way from all the other ones, which I feel like they did on purpose because they were like, we're going to do something cool. And I was like, yeah, but there's like kind of an order that they're all in. you know, users get used to that. And then you do it like the opposite. And then the person using the app is going to just be like, fuck this. You know, you're not getting them past the 1 month free trial that you were apparently going to offer. I promise. It's silly talk.
One, now we have a platform where we can come in and actually market those products and develop an online income. Those three things are the only thing I think about, guys. I don't think about the ancillary. I don't think about...
I'm like, I actually believe that is all he thinks about. He doesn't think about anything else, not even what he's going to have for breakfast. He just wakes up and thinks about Onpassive.
About the SEC. I don't think about the 52 million. I don't think about the 100 of other things that went on in phase 1 that Mr. Mufareh deals with every day. And
I don't think that you should tell people that are going to invest in a business that they shouldn't care about the SEC investigation and litigation. You know, like that they should care about that. You know, why are you marketing cognitive dissonance? Like, what's going on?
And is doing a great job taking care of all of it. I don't worry about that. And again, how sweet it is. We don't have to deal with that because Mr. Mufareh is dealing with it. And thank God he is, because I could not do that.
Oh my God.
So when you start to think about where...
His lawyers are dealing with it. You know, but it's... Again, he did it to himself. It was avoidable. He wanted to break the law. There's consequences. Phase 2 is massive. Mike sold his file cabinet. Times are tough. Yeah, it's not there.
We are where we're going. Think about those three things. Think about the platform. Think about longevity. Think about the product. Okay? And then continue to educate yourself, understanding where Mr. Mufareh is going and what he's doing. And again,
he's giving us instructions. These are the only 3 things you're allowed to think about. That's right. You're only allowed to think about these things.
And he's going to come on and he's going to explain all this stuff, guys. You know, the last webinar I watched with Ash Mufareh, that Mr. Mufareh was on, there was one thing in there that caught my eye, and I was literally jumping up and down. I don't think anybody else caught this, but it was so powerful, and I really want to end with that.
It's really powerful. Just, you know, don't do any of those thought crimes. Don't want to do any of those thought crimes. You have 3 things that you're to think about. That's it. That's it.
Mr. Mufareh, about midway through the webinar, he came on and very nonchalantly, really was. It was like, okay, here it is. If you want to buy the product, buy it. If you don't want to buy the product, don't buy it. And it was so nonchalant. It's as everything that we were doing was insignificant. He really didn't care. Just come in. You want to buy it, buy it. If you don't buy it.
Yeah, that's right. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about anything you're doing. As long as he can make a whole bunch of money off of you. It would be nice if he could get another 108 million, you know. I think they might have to rent out their house soon if they don't.
That was extremely powerful. I can't tell you how happy that made me. Why did Mr. Mufareh say that? Why did he say it? Why did he come out? Why was he so nonchalant? Why? The reason he did that, he is super.
It wasn't even that nonchalant. And Mike, did you just learn that word? Mike just learned that word on the day he recorded this. He woke up and he was like, what do you call it when you're just kind of like keeping your cool, you know, stacking the cool? Well, what's that actually called? Nonchalant, keeping your cool, nonchalant. Saying it like you don't care, you know, like cool, don't care, yeah. Nonchalant, all right, Googled it, it's called nonchalant. I have to make sure that in my live stream today about Ash Mufareh, I mentioned that he said it nonchalant, not nonchalantly, nonchalant.
Extremely confident in the products that he's going to be coming out with. They are going to be so...
Poor George.
And I don't want to hype anything. Mr. Mufareh doesn't want us to do that.
It's like, okay, so what are we doing? Why are we even here? Like, every single stream and video you do, is that not just you hyping it? Is that not what we're doing here? Is hyping it up? Or are they just cult meetings? What's going on?
He is so confident that the products are going to be so good that you're not going to have a choice. You are going to be in. Whether you come in as a customer or you come...
Or he just knows that he has all of you brainwashed so hard that it won't matter. You'll throw your money at him no matter what. He could probably take a shit in his hand and sell it to you. You would be like, well, Ash Mufareh made it. It must be great.
As an affiliate or a sales rep, however Mr. Mufareh structures that. That's how good the products are going to be. So when Mr. Mufareh was so nonchalant about that, it was very, very exciting for me. Now, I want to add something to that. As you think about where we are and what we're doing, Mr. Mufareh, he owes us nothing, period.
He kind of owes you $108 million. I think it's really weird. He owes you nothing. He doesn't owe you 7 years of your life back. It's a weird mentality. He doesn't owe us anything.
He owes me nothing. Over the last 6 years, what I did on my own decision-making process. I did it because I wanted to do it. That's
what they want you to think.
Mufareh didn't make me do this. Nobody made me do this. He owes me nothing. So as you look at what's happening, as you look at those 3 items, as you look at what Mr. Mufareh is introducing to us, understand...
Amway's making us all do this, okay? They say, listen, these things should be legal. All right? We should be able to control the U.S. government and Donald Trump, and we should be able to ensure that MLMs stay legal so that we can keep running them and having people do slave labor for little pay and market for us for free, especially those damn stay-at-home moms. We know that we don't want those women making more money than us out there. That would be awful. We got to give them something to do, you know? Tell them, it's okay, you can stay home, but you can do the pure romance. Yeah, honey, you can do that. That's a job for you, girl. You go. And then the world goes, yeah, you know, we'll just accept them. They're just businesses that stay-at-home moms do. What's wrong with someone wanting a side hustle? That's what's really going on. It's pretty deep. Read Little Bosses everywhere.
That his obligation to us is very, very low. He doesn't owe us anything. We're all here on our own dime. We're here because we wanted to be here. But Mr. Mufareh is doing the things necessary to give us what we need to develop those things online that we need to develop, really, to change our lives, change our financial futures. I do believe those things are coming. But
how's your job going, Mike? Is it going well? You had to go back to work because, you know, Chris told everyone to quit their job, so, you know, they weren't working, and then Mike had to go back to work. Did you know that Marty and Chris get like $500 donated to them from Ash Mufareh? You're supposed to be on the same team as Marty, right? You and Dan Street? Do you guys get $500 donated to you here or there? Were you getting paid $8,000 like they were? I'm just wondering, you know, because no offense, but it looks like you're living in like a tiny place by yourself. Looks like you don't have much furniture. You know, you had to go back to work. Have you ensured that you're getting the same treatment to be at the top of the Onpassive Nation next to Marty that you should be getting? Because I think they're ripping you off, Mike. Should look into that. You know, people are getting paid here. They're getting paid in ways. If you're not, maybe you should ask why.
Mr. Mufareh, he doesn't owe us anything. And if you come into this company, if you come into what we're doing, and you come in with a privileged attitude, you need to find something else. I do not wake up in the morning and go, I deserve, I am privileged. Mr. Mufareh needs to do this for me. No, no, no. That's not how I come into the day. That's not how I think about what Mr. Mufareh is doing and where he's going. I come into each day with gratitude. I'm grateful that Mr. Mufareh and his team are developing something that will change my life. Really, it's all about...
Yeah, the OES you can still log into. but like there's no products in it. And the only time that they put a message in the back office is when they're doing the corporate webinars. So it's like, why are we doing that?
Gratitude. So if you're thinking in a privileged mindset, you really need to get rid of that. You need to get rid of it very, very quickly. And if you don't, I can tell you, you're not wanted here. And I believe
probably
when Mr. McFarland starts to come out and explain what's going on, and he's going to take care of all of these little details that are running around your mind, all of them. He really is. And when he gets to the meat and the gravy of what's happening, what the business looks like, what his team has put together, he's going to explain all that. And I
don't know, Johnny. I don't know. Ash keeps kind of going back and forth on whether or not he wants it to be called Onpassive. He'll say it's not Onpassive. We're still leaving Onpassive going, but we're moving on to something else. But then at the same time, it'll be like, but Onpassive isn't closed down. And so I think it's just because they don't know what it's going to be called. Some of them go Onpassive, and then like in brackets, if it's written, they go, or whatever it's called. But they all just keep calling it Onpassive, just like they keep talking about this tech team that doesn't exist.
I think it's just going to wow you. So I just wanted to come on, do that quick little update. It's just how I'm thinking about things. I keep it very, very simple. Platform, longevity, product. After that.
Well, I mean, technically, if you want to get real technical, Onpassive is just GDI Fusion rebranded. Like, it's been the same thing since the beginning. When it first started, it was going to be a marketing system that got you leads. And that's pretty much what all of those other businesses were. Like, when it was AshMax, that's what it was. And then he called it the Go Founders and kind of started to switch it to be a bit more about technology. And then there was a switch in what it was about. Then it became more about technology and AI. Although he still kept the whole like targeted traffic thing, and they still talk about leads sometimes. It's basically been the same thing, just rebranded over and over and over again, that he keeps failing. So that he starts up another one, Like AshMax was shut down, so then he had to start up another one. I mean, apart from like Telex Free and Pay Diamond, GDI, and Amway, the rest of them are pretty much ones that he created, and they're all really the early stages of Onpassive. So yeah, Onpassive has been going since 2018. But Ash trying to run this exact scam and do what he's doing here right now has technically been going since the year 2000. It's just the same thing, just over and over again with him, And this is what I mean when I say things like he doesn't learn. It's like this man did not just start like one or two companies, make a couple mistakes, and then start Onpassive. And then while he's in Onpassive as the CEO, they're going through some things and he's learning as he goes. No. No, he has a long line of companies that he has tried to start up and fucked around with, basically. He should know by now what to do. He's had a lot of like trial and error moments that he should have learned from long before he ever started Onpassive. So there's no excuse for any of the issues that Onpassive has had. There was never an excuse for them, but his excuse of like, oh, well, I'm just learning and I didn't know I had to register the securities and like all this. It's like, yeah, you did. And it was also on you to learn. But it's just like this man just doesn't grow, doesn't learn from his damn mistakes or nothing. Like, it's ridiculous. A year or two ago, he changed it as well. Yeah.
Let's see what Mr. McFarland has to give us when he starts explaining all this. I think it's going to be fairly quick, probably quicker than most people think. But again, those are things I don't know. It's just my thought. Mr. McFarland, believe me, he's going to keep us updated. And I can tell you flat out, he wants to launch this thing more than we want it launched. He really does, for a myriad of reasons. Maybe that's another video I'll do and kind of explain that stuff. But for now, stay focused. Don't worry about the ancillary things. Mike. Stay in a space of gratitude and think about those three things: platform, longevity.
Stay in the cult. Make sure you keep believing. Only listen to us.
Product. And as Mr. Mufara comes out and starts to explain each one of those, I think you're going to have enough knowledge, you're going to have enough education to make that agreed-capable, that long-term decision to be with Mr. Mufara for the long haul, because I believe we will have tremendous longevity.
Imagine being in this for 7 years, though, and then watching this video and having Mike Ellis be like, so yeah, once Ash tells us what happened, then you'll be able to make the decision if you're in this for the long haul. And you're like, already been here for 7 fucking years, Mike. Already been here for the long haul the whole time.
I'll leave it there, guys. I'll try and get one of these out a week or one every other week and just kind of update you on what I'm thinking about and where I'm going. And obviously, keep an eye out for where Mr. Mufara is. Yeah. When he puts a note in the back office that there'll be another webinar.
Yeah, keep checking it. Yeah.
I think the webinars moving forward
every 10 minutes
are going to be extremely powerful, and I think you're going to be
so powerful, Mike. You're a powerful.
Grateful that you're here, you're listening, and what's coming. So I'll leave it there, guys. Have a great week.
Oh God.
And yeah, we'll absolutely see you all on the inside. Take care. Bye.
See you all on the inside? That was weird. Like of the jail cell? What do you mean by that, Mike? What do you mean by that? But yeah, that was Mike Ellis' latest video. He now says he's going to be doing them, like bi-weekly. So, I look forward to that. I hope he does do them more often because they've been like really sporadic. It's like he'll post one up and then it'll be like a month until he posts another one. His job. I hope he didn't lose his job. That would be awful. Hope he's still working. Yeah, it's very powerful. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, because, none of us can move on in life until we know what Mike Ellis thinks. Every single day I am like, I really hope that Mike Ellis tells us all what he's thinking today. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm going to do with my day not knowing. I'm just going to be sitting here the whole time going, I wonder what Mike Ellis is thinking. Like no one can do anything. No one can do anything. All right, to end our beautiful stream, because we're almost at the end here, do not worry. I won't keep you from much longer. But to end our stream today, I thought it would be fun because Sherry, our dear friend Sherry, good old Sherry Dershowitz, she's a sweetie, but she did a video with good old Bill Must. And I thought that we would listen to it together, watch it together, both really. And it's called Transition into the New. So I think it's one we need to hear because obviously they're all still having a very hard time transitioning into the new, So it's important.
Into the new.
Yeah, right? Like, thanks for nothing, Mike. I also find it, can I just say, it's a little narcissistic of him. Because he's like, I'm going to do a video for you guys every 2 weeks telling you what I'm thinking. And it's like, well, you're that important, huh? Like, what the fuck? We really need to know what you're thinking. Yes. Sherry, baby. I tried. My voice is still like cracking a bit here. I probably could have done it if I wasn't losing my voice recently. Sherry's reading voice makes me want to die before Marty does, like right away. Well, get ready, Alps, because I'm about to press play here. And she gets right into it, as you know.
Transition into the new. Never seen or done before. We are your global connection. Brother CEO Ash Mufara is a good brother and a true friend.
I like how the first brother, she like tried to slip it in. Brother CEO Ash Mufara.
For life. I did all that.
Wait, what? Hold on, Sherry. We need to go back. I obviously I was talking and we must have missed something for sure.
He's a good brother and a true friend for life. I ditto that.
I ditto that. Are you not the one saying it? Or is it Bill Musk that wrote this and then you're saying I ditto it? Like you agree? Sorry, that was just really weird, Sherry.
He was born to make a difference, leave a good legacy and impact over the world in a good way. He and his wife and family is doing this from their hearts for the people around the globe. We will be humanitizing technology.
We'll be what? Humanitizing. I love it. I love it. We'll be humanitizing. I like that. We will be humanitizing technology. That's a scary thought, isn't it?
We will be humanitizing technology and AI.
And Al. Al will come to life. I can't wait for Judgment Day. I'm so excited. I think we'll be great friends.
We will be the first to have...
Jesus Christ, Sherry. Sherry, are you like drunk when you read? I need to know. Because like, are you trying to be cute? Like sometimes the inflection that you put on certain words and stuff, like it's a choice, you know? You're like, well, that was a choice to read it like that. It'd be like the first, like what? And they sing the word, you know? Like, cause I do readings myself. I'm known for my Hunbot readings. And you know, I make a choice, usually. It's like when the word's spelt wrong and I make the choice to read it as it's spelt instead of reading it how it's supposed to be, because I think it's funnier when I do that. You know, like you make the choice when you're doing a voice reading like this. So I'm like, do you just read it, or are you like doing that on purpose? Like you're like, when I say first, I'm going to make the first sound really fun. Like we're the first, you know? I have to know. His wife and family, right? Like they're separate from each other. His wife and family. The power of Onpassive and methamphetamine. Did you just unfusion T yourself, Sam? Yeah, now he's Sam, by the way. Sam, by the way. It was the correct time. Yeah, maybe if we all do that, then they will announce the name is On Fusion. And then we can put them back.
Have something disruptive in AI. CEO Brother Ash knows the logic of marketing, the psychology behind it. That is the biggest commodity for the businesses and people. He is a guru in marketing and technology.
Guru. He is a guru in marketing. I thought Marty was the marketing guru. He's going to watch this and get sad. He's going to be like, I thought that was me.
Old marketing ways are over.
They're like, see, okay, that was a choice. Like, that one doesn't even make sense to me. I kind of understood doing the first, like, fancy, you know, like, we'll be the first. Like, you know, that, yeah, I could see myself reading a Hunbot post and doing that. You know, like, that makes sense. But this sentence, the way you read this, just makes no sense to me. Like, I'm like, why did you read it like this, Sherry?
In marketing and technology. Old marketing ways are over.
Old marketing ways are over. Old marketing ways are over. Why? Why did you read it like that? That is so weird.
We will be the revolutionary. Our mission.
No, it will be revolutionary, but sure. I'm sure you'll be revolutionary too, Sherry. Don't you worry. You go, girl. You go. The guru of lame excuses. Yeah, the guru.
Our theories, our principles, our ideology is doing good for others around.
What is this? Bill, what is this? Did you actually hit the R theories, and instead of O-U-R, you did A-R-E? Is that what's happening here with this? Oh, Lord. I do want to give Sherry a hug and buy her an ice cream, Mark. I really do. I really do. She seems fun. I also want to take her on an LSD trip and go for a walk. I think that would be a great time. She's doing it for free. Don't expect too much. It's true. It's true. Is that why Bill Must also misspells and uses the wrong grammar all the time? He's like, I'm not putting too much work into it. But this one's bad, Bill. All right? Usually you like miss a letter or spell global wrong or something. But this is our ideology. Like, really? Come on. Come on. The
mission, our theories, our principles, our ideology is doing good for others around the globe.
Oh,
we
man.
are clean and transparent.
We are clean and transparent. I promise. Please listen to me. She's on an acid trip. Maybe that is the problem. She's already on it.
A beacon of hope for humanity. Needed now more than ever. We are made of gold.
That's just so random. Like, that was just... I feel like they just threw that sentence in there. Just like the I ditto that sentence. It's like, we're made of gold. Okay.
We are a bigger business scale. He said, what matters most is what you leave. Leave an impact next to you and around you. We are here to bridge the gap and so much needed tools, platforms, and applications for individuals and businesses. We will improve your digital experiences.
We will improve your digital experiences. Joe says she's been on an acid trip since 1976. We don't have to give it to her. She's just perma high, okay? It happens to people sometimes. I want to buy her lipstick that doesn't smudge. Oh, poor Sherry. Her appearance is getting better. I will give her that. She was looking pretty decent at the last webinar. She actually had a really nice haircut right now that makes her look a lot younger than the old hair that she had, I will say. And I think she is starting to get a little bit better with the makeup now that she's got her hair did. You know, she's looking all spicy. The reason Ash has all these people speaking for him is for legally, he can't say he wasn't a part of it. And these fools spoke on their own, never found it straight. Stay scamming Onpassive. That's right. That's right. He thinks he can do that, but I don't think it'll fly. They'll just all get in trouble.
Making things easier, whether it is in communication or business management, marketing, and schooling, and etc.
Not
we'll offer more valuable, better features, more advanced, user-friendly, more affordable, and give back. We will fill the gap and give people a better cut in the deal.
What? We will give... Hold on. We will fill the gap and give people a better cut in the deal. A cut in the deal?
We have added more upgraded software.
Have you?
The name of the game is we will be unlimited and more powerful.
Where's the software? Can we see it? Like, you added more software. I mean, this video is from like a week ago, so when? Where? I checked the back office, nothing's there.
Let me say that again.
And when I first heard this, I was like, oh no. No. Sherry, don't start from the beginning. I can't sit through this whole thing again. Don't do that to me, Sherry. No.
Unlimited, more powerful, and costs way less.
Joe says, I prefer the dancing diaper robots as a background. Me too. What is this? They're like, this is us brainwashing you.
We have the latest technology of 2025 in tactics and strategies.
Do you? Where? There is no technology. You don't have a tech team. So I don't see how you would have the latest technology since the last time you had a tech team was in 2024. So that would be a little difficult. And what do you, cult tactics? We have the latest technology of 2025 and cult tactics and strategies. Like, tactics and strategies. For what?
We are
for how to do a 7-hour webinar? Like, come on.
5 years ahead of technology and AI.
I don't know where they get this number from. I don't know if they're just like assuming they're 5 years ahead because in their minds, they came out with the video conferencing idea in 2020. Ash had told them that O Connect was done in 2020. Apparently all 50 products were done, but one of them, of course, being O Connect. And he's always alluded that like Zoom came out and that they like stole the idea from him. Which isn't true. Zoom was around before 2020. But like these people aren't going to go and research any of that. You know what I mean? And although we try to put the information out there, they're told, of course, not to seek it out or pay attention to it. So in their heads, they're 5 years ahead of technology because 5 years ago, they were going to release Zoom release O Connect before Zoom was being released, and that didn't because Ash was scared that it would get stolen. And then he's been like, oh yeah, they stole the Zoom idea from us. And it's like, yeah, that doesn't make sense. That's not what that means. Like, you're not 5 years ahead on technology and AI at all.
Thanks to all the knowledgeable dream teams and CEO Ash Mafar.
What dream teams? What teams? There's no fucking teams. I'm going to go insane if they keep bringing up all these teams in the deck team. I'm telling you, I don't know how many times they have to be told, even by him, that there is no team. And they just keep on making videos. Oh, our tech team is so great. Our tech team is so great. And okay, it would be one thing if they were making like 4 or 5 videos that they would then expected like the O founders to replay. And like, you know, when it launches, those videos that could then be used as their marketing, you know? But that's not what they're doing. Because Bill Musk will release 3 videos a day like this. It's all cult propaganda, this whole channel. So it's like, there's no point in making this video and as if you had the products so that it would be ready for in the future when you do. You get what I'm saying? Like, it'll make 500 videos before that. It's not like people go back and like watch these videos of his. I'm probably the only one that does that. Like, so it's just like, you're trying to promote this idea right now, here in this moment, and it doesn't exist.
Wowzer!
Wowzer!
We'll set new records in our field and change.
I might have to clip that. Wowzer!
So many lives to the better for generations to come. What is to come and beyond. Transition into the new. You will be blown away.
You're gonna explode, remember? Explode, damn it.
What you will see soon. Change your life to the better. Time and money at the same time. Live more, worry less, dream bigger, give more.
Give more. Yeah, give more. Give more of your money. That's basically what that is. I mean, she didn't say it. She might as well have, though. She might as well have. So that was good old Sherry and Bill Must. Good old Sherry and Bill Must. 5 years ahead, more like 5-year-olds talking about unicorns. That's right. Ash said it 7 years ago. 8 years behind equals 5 years ahead. They're probably even longer. Like, they're like 20 years behind with their technology, you know, with how they talk. They're like, and then we'll get an email client, you know, like Talk Fusion. Every time I say Talk Fusion, I want to sing that Pop Fusion song. Let's talk about Pop Fusion. Talk about. Just every time it pops in my head. Anyway, that's all I have for you lovely folks today. Once again, I just want to say happy birthday yesterday to the Recovering Hunbot and JellySnack. And happy birthday today to Mr. Level and Ella. I hope that you guys have a fabulous, amazing, wonderful, wonderful weekend. I won't be doing a story time or a poem today because it's still a little early, and there aren't any new ones right now that was worth me sharing. So instead, we're just going to end this how we always do. Because, you know, especially with Mr. Level here on his birthday, we're going to just end it with the In It to Win It song. But thank you for coming and celebrating SaturYAY with me. I appreciate it. It is going to be the summertime, you know, in another month or so. And honestly, this summer, I might not be as available to do FriYAYs on Friday. So we might have to improvise a little bit and do them on other days. So this was kind of a trial run for that. So I appreciate all of you coming and hanging out today. And I will see you all very, very soon with another one. Happy birthday again to all of you that are celebrating. And I love all of your faces. Bye.
My name is Ash Mufara, and I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufara, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
Call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke. If that's a call. Hey.
Friend.
That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufara. If you're rude, if you've been doubting or spying, or we know who you are.
Stop going there. She wants to be the first to make us look silly. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there asking for a debate. That's the lady I brought on. Her debate was 3-minute Ash. And another Queen of Karma asking about why don't we answer the question about religion. I think we've answered that over and over again.
I've been answering them over and over. It's not the answer you want. Call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke.
All right, this is a great way to start your day. Come here and tune in to Crazy Man talking about their experiences.
My name is Ash Mufara, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
My name's Ashton Potter.
Stop going there. Yeah, Queen of Karma's down there.
Thanks for coming, everybody.
My name's Ashton Potter, and I'm your friend.
Let's go to Gaia.